Good morning and welcome to Top and Tantrum Gold on this glorious Tuesday morning. I mean, what a day. We got Arsenal losing last night, Spurs in the top four, Champions League here we come. I'm even going for top three. I am sorry, I'm being full-blown delusional this morning.
You'd better go for top three, otherwise you're going to end up with a tattoo on your ass. You forget your bet with Daigle?
Oh no, I have not forgotten my bet with Mr. Daigle. I tell you what, we are going to get there. You can take me off to the loony bin after this show. We are getting top three, and next season we are going for the quadruple. And Coover99 will be proud of that statement. But anyway, good morning to everyone.
Good morning.
Morning to you, Bobby. Morning to you, Mark. Wearing a I can only describe as a poor, very poor sort of example of a Crystal Palace shirt. Please explain
yourself.
It's
a knockoff one.
Yes, it is a knockoff one.
Well,
Please explain yourself. So, why are you wearing a Barcelona shirt on the Tottenham channel? Explain yourself, or you will be put on the naughty step for 5 minutes.
No.
I think he's going to be put on a pedestal.
Barcelona have always been my Spanish team.
Yeah,
and with what happened last night, it's the closest thing I could get to a Palace shirt.
Fair enough. Well, I tell you,
give the man a raise.
Glad all over, right? We were all glad all over last night. Really were.
I even nearly sang the Vieira song. Only nearly. Only nearly.
No, you're going too far now, Mark.
Hey. I'll let the colors get away with a different badge on there.
Just calm down.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Just calm down.
Breathe,
just
buddy.
calm down. Breathe. Have a drink of Diet Coke and breathe. And change your shirt because it's getting to you. Anyway, good morning.
Keep the shirt on. It's good memories. Memories. So
it is. Good morning.
Good morning to everybody in the chat as well. Thank you for joining us today. And
we've got to do a bit of housekeeping.
Got a lot of housekeeping to do today. We've got to get in there and say hi to everybody. We've got quite a few things to get over here this morning, and then I'm lining up somebody I'm hoping that can join us as a special guest making a YouTube appearance. So we'll try to sort that out in a little bit.
Well, firstly, I wanna thank and welcome all the Patreon members: Moondark, Mark Cousin, of course, Philip Brady, William Kelly, Wayne Bonner, Aaron Dubb, and soon to be Azan. Azan is joining the Patreon group. If you want to become a Patreon member, look, I know times are hard. I understand that, and prices are going up. The price change will be coming into the Patreon thing in the next day or so. But if you want to become a Patreon member, just hit the notification on the YouTube channel. There's three membership scales there. The prices will be reduced because we know times are hard for people. The money that you do does go back into the channel to improve it and to prove to you shows and everything. So, but we do appreciate even you just turning up and put your comments in the comments. That means more to us than anything. So, but big up them Patreon members. It means a hell of a lot to me, Bobby, Mark, even Coover and Phil, and now Izan, who's joining the group as our stats man for the weekend show. So big up Izan. Thank you and welcome to TTG.
Yes, good stuff, because that's something that I'm very lacking in. So
and me.
So anyway, we're going to get into the comments. We've got big up to Eugene. Big up,
morning, Eugene. How are you?
Hi, everyone. Big up.
Good evening to Eugene over there.
Yeah, it is good evening, and he says Levy out. So
I think it's 12 hours. I think we were discussing this the other day. So it's 8:30 in the evening for him over there. So.
We've got Catman Jess, who's been with us from the very, very beginning, from the very first show. Catman Jess was there, so big up Catman Jess. She says, TTT Army,
how are you, Jess?
Big up. We've got Bob Spur here, an absolute legend of the channel. He says, big up Pete. I know I sound like a broken record, but I've been saying Arsenal have 2 defeats in them before they play us on the 12th, 1 down. Yeah, they do.
I don't like to disagree with Bob, but I'm hoping they have 2 more defeats in them.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was going to say a few more would be nice.
A few more would be nice, but it's great to see Bob back, man. What a bounce back this guy, man. Yeah. Seriously, it's just
I mean, I said it last night. This man is such an inspiration to me and to everybody else. He is a true. He is a true
demeanor. Like,
legend.
how could you not? Like, he's just such a calming individual. The way he speaks to and everything, he's just a lovable person, right? So
you speak to Bob Spurt, and he makes you feel when he talks to you that you're the most important person.
Exactly. Yeah.
And not many people can do that, but with Bob Spurt you do, and it makes you feel special and warm and happy inside. So big up Bob Spurt. And
well,
also
if you look up the
him.
definition of gentleman, that's what it is, to make the surroundings around you the most positive and lift you, basically enlighten you as a person, kind of thing. They highlight you, and Bob is a true gentleman. So,
and also big up to Kim and Arthur, and I keep forgetting Arthur's wife's name. I do apologize, Arthur. I know
Mrs. Arthur. Mrs. Arthur. Just do what I do. Just
Mrs. Arthur. You're going to kill me because I always get it wrong all the time. But big up Bob's first. Is Bob? I don't know who this Bobby K is. We'll get rid of him, right?
Handsome fella.
Oh yeah. Oh, there you are.
When he does his hair and actually uses a razor, yeah.
I did last night, and I need another shave this morning. Bob Spurs says, do not underestimate the psychological effect. Last night. Sorry about my. I do apologize.
I got it. Psychological effect that could.
Last night's defeat could have on this young Arsenal side. They look under pressure, and you can't create experience, and it comes with time.
Yeah, that's true.
The point I'm going to make in this: Tottenham have been there and done it when it comes to top four. They've done it under pressure before. This Arsenal side haven't.
Yes.
So the ball really is in our court. Bobby, very quickly on this, can you see Arsenal crumbling now?
Yes, only because I didn't get to watch the game, obviously, with my working hours and everything. I was at work at the time. But I watched the highlights this morning just for having talking points and everything. The opportunities that were missed, the lack of intensity almost. It was like watching us from 8 weeks ago. As bad as that sounds. It just seemed like there was nobody to kind of grab the game by the scruff of the neck and take it. And good morning, Shaggy, and go forward with it, kind of thing. It seems like once they got that one early goal in, and then what was it, 8 minutes later or 10 minutes later, they conceded that second one, and it was over. It seemed like 24 minutes into the game, it seemed like they just said, okay, we're not going any further here. And it was great to see Vieira go up against Arteta, and everybody pretty much in this chat and anybody that bleeds Tottenham blue and Lily White would have wanted Vieira to win that battle. So
yes,
we were all supporting Vieira for 90 minutes of our lives, and we shouldn't let it happen again. Let's not make it a habit, people. Right? We'll just give him a little bit here and there. But it was just, we're being selfish. But like everybody has said already, I don't want to get too far ahead of this and say, all right, now because of this, top four is ours now. We got 8 games left still.
Yeah.
And they've got one above us. We've got to play them in something. Our run of games is a lot easier. But let's face it, when we just look back a few short months ago, and I hate doing this because I don't like to be a black cloud when the sun is shining on us, but I want to keep realistic as well. When we just go back a little while ago, we had that, 4, 5, even I think 6 games in hand at one point or something. It was so ridiculous. And we're sitting here mathematically adding, we're going to beat this team, we're going to beat that team out of these. I think, let's say it was 5 games. Out of the 5 games, we had chalked up 3 wins and 1 draw and 1 loss at worst. So we calculated these points into our table, or we as fans had already played these games. And okay, we added the points and everything. Okay, we're going to be in this position. And then I think what happened is we were 7th before we played all those games. And once we finally caught up and all those games were played and equal, we were 8th. So I don't want to get ahead of myself right now. We still got 8 games to go there.
I just wanted to bring up my star man, Diego Doherty Mourinho. Absolutely, that fella played the binder. But we'll go into the things later.
I was going to say, if you're going to keep bringing up Maradona photos, I'm going to go grab the chocolate Maradona from upstairs and give you a live shot.
I'll pick up Ian as well. He says, I set a reminder that didn't remind me. Hello all, Bobby K. Hi. Big up Ian. He's saying hello.
Is that Ian's tag?
Yeah, it is Ian. Yeah.
Okay, now I know. Okay, good. Good morning.
Then we've got this fella, Tottenham Tantrum Gold. I don't know who he is. He's some weirdo from Ireland. He's saying, Bob Spurs, you're so right. Come on, you Spurs. Top 3 is now ours to get. Yeah, If not, I'll have to get a tattoo.
I think I'm going to say I better send the link to Daigle here because we better get him in here. And
I'm going to put the link in the chat in a minute. Anyway,
yeah.
Mark, Mark, go on. Answer this one here from Philip Brady. He says, and the Oscar for best comedy show goes to Arsenal Fan TV.
I'm not actually subscribed to that. I was.
Oh, they were so funny last night, Mark.
I was just for the laugh.
Yeah.
But I think it was, I can't really subscribe to that.
No. We've got Ian saying mentally and physical weak.
Yeah.
Philip was actually on with Irish Hotspur yesterday, David and Jack there for a little bit. And I was able in between when I have a few minutes of break, I like to jump in. Whoever's live, I'll just watch for a few minutes when I can. And I only got to watch, I think, maybe 6 or 8 minutes. I had a break, and he's just so awesome. He's just so awesome. So great. So, Philip, if you're free, man, jump on in because you were on fire last night.
I tell you one thing, Mick made a slight appearance last night.
Who?
Mick, my old farmer buddy here. He's 115 years old. He made an appearance. Yeah, he made an appearance on Dave's show last night.
115.
The whole show properly now.
He came on and his first words was he said to Dave, "Is this the Arsenal call-in show?"
Nice. I like him already.
Yeah. Philip, big up Philip, the godfather of all the Spurs channels. He says it's the only trophy that mob will ever win. It's true. Chris, good morning, Chris.
Good morning, Chris.
Good afternoon, morning all.
Always joining us. Thank you, Chris.
Sir Arthur Howard, and that man should be knighted. He says, well, I can't say, but Glenn, my son, said I was right. I forecast the score, etc. I was overjoyed, and we both become Crystal Palace fans last night.
Yeah.
I have to say, I tell you who impressed me last night, Mark, and I don't know if you did. Was that is it Gregory, that young English lad?
Yes. Was he the one? Was he in the defence?
No, he played in midfield. He was absolutely fantastic last night. Zaha again, but again,
who was the one at the back?
Oh, I can't think of his name.
Yeah, he was only quite young as well, wasn't he?
Yeah. They have a good young side at Palace. They really do.
Well, I don't want to say too much, but they beat us 3-0 now.
Yeah, well,
let's not forget that.
No, we were a different team. Different team. At the time.
And we did have a garden managing us.
Yes.
Yeah. All he wanted to know was about how the rhubarb and carrots are going to be grown in the garden. That's all he wanted to know.
Has he? I know we give Nuno a hard time only because what a difference Conte has made. Had we had a manager come in that didn't make such a sparkling difference, we wouldn't be giving Nuno such a hard time. But I did like the guy. I actually had high hopes for him coming in, especially considering the fact that he did do well for Wolves. But he wasn't a big manager at the time. He wasn't. He was stepping up in terms of clubs, but we were stepping down in terms of what we were taking on as management. But that being said, I don't want to just consistently rake the guy over the coals. Like, I hope he finds his feet. I hope he gets another opportunity. Has he started managing again? Does anybody know what he's up to right now?
No, he's taken a break. But all I will say, he is a perfect gentleman. He helped some player out, I think, who was injured, and the first thing Nuno did. Well, Nuno was one of the first to visit him in hospital. That shows the stature of the man. That was
the guy with the head injury.
Yeah, that shows the stature of the man.
Wolves. That was against Arsenal, wasn't it?
It was
that Raul kid or whatever.
Yeah,
it was him.
Yeah, but as a top flight manager, I don't think he's got it. I think he's okay doing the middle of ranked side or championship side, but I think the Spurs job was too big for him. But mind you, he was doing the job with one hand tied behind his back. Yeah. If you think about it,
yes, we won't go into
that. He was always going to be a sort of dead man walking if we had a run of bad results. So
But let's
go.
Derek. Good morning to you, Derek.
Yeah. And morning Arthur. Hi, Dermot, Bobby K. Mark. What a great night last night. Brilliant.
Yes.
Arthur says, nice excuse, Mark, 10 points.
Big up, King. And I'm still jealous that Gary Mabbott phoned him.
And a big hi to Bobby Singh from the Howard clan. And then Bob saying, hey, Arthur, big love. Welsh girl, big up Welsh girl. She says, big up Dermot, Bobby Kane,
Mark, awesome.
Onwards and upwards, Coys. Exactly.
Yes.
And then we've got Arthur, and then they're all saying hello to Iris. That's it, Iris.
Iris. You're going to forget again anyway.
For one reason, I keep calling her Eileen, but it's not. It's Iris. And
that's because you like Dexy's Midnight Runners.
Yeah. So I apologize, Arthur.
Isn't Iris an Irish name?
Yeah.
How could you forget that? Me and Mark have an excuse. You're Irish.
I've got a bad memory.
Good excuse. Okay.
I'm always drunk, so I never remember anything. Apparently, Cooper and Phil said I had a drink problem. That was the beginning of the show. Every show, I was drinking orange juice. Might as well go along with it. But it's Irish. I don't have a drink problem, really. I do not. I'm sober. Big up, Bob's. But I will remember. I'll write it in my forehead now on my arm next time, Iris. So I do apologise, and please accept my apologies. Carl Simpson, big up, Carl.
Hey,
afternoon, gents. I hope you're well. Awesome. We've got Welsh girl. Mark coming out last night was brilliant. Dermot loved it. Mick will be making an appearance next week. I just have to get a few bits. Harris said, remember the flower, Iris? Yes, I will do. And here's one of the founding members of the channel. It's Dermot. You should really remember, Mrs. Arthur. You never beat the Iris. Oh, that is brilliant.
With that, you will remember.
Yeah,
that will make you remember.
Look, the link is into the chat if you want to pop on and have your say about last night.
My West
again.
No. Let's talk about Sunday first before we talk about. Let's talk about.
That's what I meant. That's what I was going to do. Yeah. Calm down in the corner there, Mr. Canadian man.
You're the one that said let's talk about last night. Last night was the Arsenal game, and
I said that. Would you let me?
No, I remember what you said.
You said it. You said it.
I know.
Give me shit. You know what time it is in the morning over here? Come on.
Give you a break. You haven't had a coffee yet. Your nickname is. I've actually called you Bobby the Canadian man, Miss K. That's your nickname.
There you go.
And then I had put Scrumpy in for Mark. Mark
Scrumpy.
So there you go.
Even though I don't like it.
Let's rewind 48 hours back to Sunday. And then after just saying, nice one, Coover. Yeah, brilliant, Coover. The link's in the chat. Please do not forget, please like and subscribe to this channel. We're on the march to 500. And we're trying to get to 1,000 before the World Cup. That's our aim. So there, please. But if you're enjoying, please like and subscribe. It means a lot to us.
Nice.
I'll start with you, Bobby.
Yes,
what was your thoughts going into the game against Newcastle, and who was your star players out of that game?
Well, I actually went on with I was on with David Harris a little bit. He was on he was hosting We Are Tottenham TV's pregame, and I was having a chat with him, and I was on there. The guest before me, I think it was Big Mike, was on, and right after Big Mike, I came on, and in between us, the team sheet came out, and the announcement was made. I had high hopes. It was 2-0, 3-1 for sure, and solid. There's not even a doubt in my mind about it until I saw the team sheet, and then when I saw Doherty out on the left and Royal coming in on the right, I immediately, almost conceded the game. I thought at best we might get a draw, go for a 1-1 or something like that. But I said to Dave, I still want to remain optimistic, and my optimistic side still said 3-1, but my realist side went down to a 1-1 because until that game, Doherty has not shown us any reason why we should play him on the left side again. And the handful of opportunities that he did have there, unfortunately, as far as I'm concerned, he failed. So the fact that this man has taken every opportunity he's got with all the criticism and bullshit that we gave him and stepped up, all I can say is, Matt, hats off to you, sir, because he has been absolutely just a revelation. Yep, there you go. He's just been absolutely fantastic. What was the other one?
Can I just say something on that, Bobby?
Yeah,
I told you he was a better player. I told you he would come good, and nobody would believe me. And I told you Mr. Doherty will come good, and he has come good.
Yes.
So sorry, I just had to say it.
I'm glad you were right on that one. I wish somebody would say that about Winks, and maybe that would hopefully come true too.
I want to ask you a question on Winks. What was the point of bringing him on? He didn't do anything.
At that point, I think the game was put away, and it was just more of a matter of let's give the players that he knows he's going to need in the next game a rest. That's all it was. I don't think for any other reason. There's no reason. The man came on and did nothing. I think he had one forward pass out of was it 4 or 5 pass completions, and one was forward. So it's whatever. And then Royal on the other side, and then now both of our wingback positions, Conte's basically strongest attack points, basically his prong he likes to use, are the weakest players on our team, or what we as fans would consider the weakest players of the team. But after that result, I can safely say that as a fan, I know jack shit. Antonio Conte, sir, keep doing what you're doing, man, because you obviously know what you're doing. There was times even I was not too long ago, especially after we had that horrible run of games, where I'm questioning his tactics, questioning his mentality. Why are we not changing tactics? Why are we not changing players? Why are we not doing this? Why? We just keep losing. And to be fair, it's obviously the man knew what he was doing. So just shut up and get on with it. Good morning, John. And
good morning, John. Good morning, Fitzy, my Irish brother. So good morning, sir. Mark, I'd like you to answer this question here from us. I can't believe that actually this is news, but apparently it is.
Wow.
I hear there is talk of a new contract for Winks. Unbelievable. Get rid.
I haven't seen that.
You look at Sunday's performance against Newcastle. You look at the way the team played. You look how Doherty played. You look how Holberg, Bentancur. I want his babies. You look at Decky, who are now actually. I can announce a bit of breaking news. I am hearing from my sources that Tottenham have actually paid 25 million and activated some clause in the loan.
Decky's, yes.
Yeah.
I was reading something about that today.
So
too.
I've actually heard that this morning from my source that he is signing for Spurs for 25 million. Are you excited about the future? Are you excited about the end of this season, but definitely for next season? And and also to add on to that, Mark, how many players do you think we'll need just to make the squad better? And I'll come to you as well, Bobby, as well.
Cool. Sprung on me a bit there. Right. Well, for the comment.
Yeah, do the comment first.
Right. That's unbelievable. Why? I cannot even work out why they would do that. Because let's face it, he only come on Sunday because Skippy's not quite ready. If Skip was ready, he wouldn't have gone.
Yeah.
There's another.
Stop the press. Sorry, Mark.
Oh, who's this?
We've got the Australian fortune teller on.
Mr. Kelly.
How's it going, boys?
How you doing, buddy? Good morning.
I have an apology to make to you, William. I didn't mean to say last night about leaving your Winky alone. I meant about leaving Winky alone. You put in the comment about leave Winky, and I made.
You do what you want with your Winky, okay? You do what you want with your Winky.
Yeah.
Apparently,
I just say that, Dermot. That's just to wind David up.
I know, but I said to him about Emerson. I said you can leave William to Winky alone. I said I'll give Emerson, but don't. And apparently, a few of them took it in a very different way.
Oh, okay. As you can.
So I apologise, but pick up William for joining.
No, that's all good. That's all good.
Go on, Mark. So you're talking about Winks and why you can't believe they're giving them a new contract.
Hang on, you cut me off mid-flow. What was I saying? What was I saying?
You were just about to talk about how Winks, and you were just shocked that he's going to get the contract. That we're even considering this.
And you were about to say how good Winks is and how much you love him.
I certainly, I might be a bit mental.
Don't get him
But,
wound
like-
up now, man. Comes on the show and in 10 seconds he's got Mark.
Yeah. Well, I might be old and a bit stupid, but I'm not that stupid.
Oh God, I can't help it. I just love it.
Oh,
Man.
the other part was about how many players do we need?
Yeah.
Is that right? Well,
Yeah.
definitely a wing back of some description, I would say. Well, even, I mean, Doherty and Royal did all right, didn't they? So maybe not. Definitely, we need a striker to back Harry, to either play alongside or give Harry a rest. Because let's face it, the man must be a machine. But even they break down.
I would just play Harry Kane number 10, man.
Or even that. That. Yeah.
I would buy if I was Tottenham, if the owners were proper, I would buy Lautaro Martinez from Inter Milan.
Yeah.
I'd put him up front.
That's the rumor right now, right?
I reckon that's what
rumor,
Conte wants. He wants him. He wants it. He wants another top class striker because he's not afraid to play Kane in that position.
No,
because number 10, like Kane's not getting any younger, and he's not got the pace anymore.
No.
So, but he just shows like how class he is. Like he's of the class of Alan Shearer. When Shearer got slower, he did the same thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. And he started spraying the ball around. But his passing ability, seriously, it's just ridiculous.
I'll be honest.
I think Glenn Hoddle and Jimmy Greaves had a baby, and that's what came out. Harry Kane.
I was just about to say that. Ruined.
I mean,
ruined.
Mark, you.
It's that shirt, Mark. Take it off. Then you get a chance to talk.
You've been going to Tottenham a long time, same as me and William. And we've been supporting Tottenham I supported Spurs for over 40 years. I think you have as well, and William it's probably the same time as me and Mark. Have you seen anyone pass a ball like Harry Kane did on Sunday?
No.
No, honestly, no. I mean, the closest to him, the closest to him would have been. The closest to him would have been the closest to him. I think would have been Modric, but Modric still didn't have that. I don't know what it is. It's just something about Harry Kane, that passing ability. Like Modric was a good passer of the ball, but not to the extent of Kane. No.
Mark,
what William said.
It's definitely that jersey, man. Get that jersey off.
No.
That's his Barcelona Palace jersey.
Yes.
Now I get it. Okay, all right. I understand.
No. Barcelona Eagles.
Yes. Yes. This is the only reason. It's the closest shirt I got to a Crystal Palace one.
Yeah. My mom had a curtain like that. But
just quickly, John Fitzpatrick says we need a minimum of 4 signings. Would you agree, yes or no?
Me?
Yeah. Your name's Mark, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Bobby?
I would say at minimum 4, I think
and
if
early.
you really look at the squad, we could say 7. Right now, if this is what Conte is getting out of what we have, it scares the shit out of me and gets me so hyped up and excited, like all Spurs should be, to imagine what's going to happen if he gets the players he actually wants in.
Well, you better get ready. You better get ready for next year, because we're going to win a trophy, Matt.
Hands up. My hands up.
Mark.
My children are going to see a trophy in their lifetime? What?
Yep.
Yeah, go on, Mark,
to be fair, he was 2.
Hang on,
no. So,
yeah.
Or 1.5.
The thing is,
go on, Mark.
If we can upgrade on anybody, whoever we decide to buy, then upgrade them. But the thing we are lacking in severely is depth.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So even if they're not as good as what we've got, all right, you don't want absolute dross like we got at the moment off the, like we have had. But, we want people on the same level as the starting 11. That's what I'm trying to say.
or
Yeah.
better. Yeah.
Yeah, or better.
Yeah,
Or better.
I'd like to see us improve in the positions we want to see improved, and our current starting 11.
Yes.
Some of that crop basically between our
Yes.
our B team,
Yes.
really.
Like Ben Davies.
Not to disrespect any player, Ben Davies.
Yes.
I can even see Hoiberg seems to do much better after he gets a little bit of rest in between. So that skip rotation with him and Hoiberg coming through there. Bentancur needs somebody to back him up. We can't expect him once this new season starts and we're competing on 4 different fronts again. We can't expect that man to do 90 minutes, week in, week out, weekend, every couple of days. Then when we're playing, twice in a week or something like that, possibly 3 times within a 10-day span, how the games end up, getting clumped up there and everything. We can't expect that from him. That's just, we're going to break the man. And then we're going to be right back to what we had in January, where we had this up, down, inconsistency and shit. And we need to have the consistency. We need to have the proper players to maintain that consistency. I personally say sell Royale and get in a proper right wing back. We definitely need another keeper, Ian. Galini is not cutting it. For some reason, he's just got he's a likable person apparently in the dressing room, but so is Winks. So that doesn't really mean shit, unfortunately, on the field.
Yes.
Dermot, you're seeing the connection between Kane and Tony Herring.
I love this one, Dermot. Are you seeing the connection between Kane and Doherty? Harry knows he's a pad of the heart.
There you go.
We'll find Harry Kane.
Or for Arthur, we'll say up the iris.
We're saying
Up the where?
Hey, wait, don't go there.
I thought he said that as well.
I realized that after it came up which way it's going to be taken, but sorry, Arthur. It was meant to be respectful.
We'll find Harry Kane has got a great grandfather from Tipperary or somewhere like that, so he can play for Ireland.
Well, Harry Kane does have relatives from Ireland, Dermot.
He does, yeah. I know he does. I don't know where they're from, though.
They're over in Mayo. I'm pretty sure it's Mayo. Yes.
Yeah, they're from the West.
So Harry Kane could have played for Ireland if he wanted to.
Is that where Father Ted's from?
No, Father Ted's from
that's Achill Island.
Achill Island.
Because you can visit his house, can't you, where it was filmed?
Yeah.
Yes, of course you can. Yeah.
Yes.
And at the very start as well, Mark, when the camera work comes in and you see that ship, that shipwreck. That shipwreck is still there. I climbed up onto that shipwreck.
Did you?
Yeah.
Go on.
Go on.
No.
Mrs. Doyle, she makes the show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What's his name? Father Jack. Holy shit. Yeah. Unbelievable.
Yeah, if this was a nighttime show, we could do the Father Jack Father Jack thing, but it's a bit early for that.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. The guy that plays Father Ted. He's passed away now. Dermot. Dermot was his name. Yeah.
He passed away. Was it about 12 years ago?
Yeah.
He had a heart attack, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he had a massive heart attack. Yeah. He came up with that show, the whole idea, and he presented it to the Irish television network RTE, and they told him not a chance that is going to happen, because they said that this is Catholic Ireland.
Yeah,
that's never going to happen. So what he did was he took it over to England, over to the BBC, and the BBC said, "This is the funniest thing we've ever seen. Let's run with it."
It was on Channel 4.
Yeah, and that's sorry, not the BBC. Well, whatever it is, Channel 4. Yeah. And they just ran with it. Thought it was brilliant.
Right, I want to welcome into the chat Mr. Spurs Talk Show himself, Mr. Game Day. How are you, Shawnee?
I'm good. Feeling
Sean Game Day Butler.
I'm sorry. I haven't seen Sean in a while. I only get to watch Sean, but I haven't got this one-to-one with him in a bit. If you're going to introduce him as Game Day, then Sean, drop a Game Day on us, man.
It's not Game Day.
I don't give a shit. Every day is a game, man.
It's
baby.
There's always a game day somewhere. Just like it's always 5 o'clock somewhere.
There you go. Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
And also joining him this morning is the founding member of this channel, is the one and only Mr. Coover99. How are you, Coov?
Oh, I'm good here, thanks, Dermot. I'm not a founder member though. I don't know why you keep saying that.
Well, you were. You're on. You were on
I
from
just
the
came
sort
on
of the
early.
start of it.
No,
Yeah.
I wasn't. I really was. But anyway, good.
His
here.
memory's going, Cuba. Give him a break.
Sean's looking a bit dark and mysterious
Yeah,
today.
I need to close my my curtains. The lighting in this establishment is subpar. It's subpar. One
That's it.
second.
Getting
That's
a bit
it.
drunk punchy.
We gotta get a GoFund. We got a GoFund going.
Guys, just to clarify, this is Barocca. There's ice in it. It's just Barocca. I'm just trying to get healthy.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, on the whiskey, on the whiskey.
Yeah, sure.
I'll cut down. I'll
I'll
cut
have
down to
whatever
24
you can.
Baroccas yesterday.
No, seriously, there's Barocca.
Right.
There's Barocca in it. It might not just be Barocca,
Okay.
but it's Barocca in it.
Can I just make
1% doesn't count.
one point?
Yeah.
Can I just make one point?
Yeah.
I don't know if other people agree with me, and I think there's a lot of people probably won't, but I'm not a huge fan of Lloris, and I never have been. I don't think he's the greatest keeper of, like, I just think we need an upgrade on him big time.
Yeah, but
He's-
who right now is
look,
available that's not playing for a top 20
Well,
team
it looks
in the
like-
world
it looks
that
like
we
we're
would be
signing
able to
Sam
get that's
Johnston.
better than?
It looks like we're signing Sam Johnson
Apparently,
in the summer,
yeah.
right?
I
And he's,
wish we were going for the Irish keeper. I really do, Bazuna.
Yeah. I would reckon. I would say that as well.
Leeds?
He's like Allison. He's, comfortable on the ball. Like Lloris, look, this is the points that I want to put across about Lloris, okay? That I find very disappointing. Even though he's a World Cup winner, but you look at, I'll put this point of view to you. Like, look at some of the, when Liverpool won the Champions League, when they came back from 3-0 down against AC Milan. Look at some of their central defenders that won a Champions League final medal. Like, they were pure shit. So, if you've got enough good players in a team, they'll drag you forward. Tony Cascarino made the point about Lloris when Pochettino was in charge, and he said this, and he got absolutely slated for it. And I agreed with him at the time, and I still agree with him, that he said, if Tottenham want to progress, and this was the time of Pochettino and Tottenham were very good, he said they got to get a better keeper than Lloris. He said he's not comfortable in the air. He won't come out for crosses or corners. He's poor on the ground with the ball. He makes terrible decisions that cost goals all the time.
one of the best shot stoppers, though, in the Premier League.
But that's fine, Sean, and I agree with that. He is a brilliant shot stopper.
Yeah.
But it's not everything in the modern day goalkeeper.
100%. I agree with that. 100%.
And it just isn't cutting it for me.
His distribution usually is really sloppy and slow and lethargic. Yes. However, I've got to say, and this isn't a compliment for Lloris, this is a compliment for the boy Matt Doherty. The first goal against Newcastle, that half volley that Lloris distributed the ball 60 yards in the air towards, so it was going out of touch anyway, but Doherty just throws his little ankle up with like a little, just pops his foot out on the side, and he just clips it so delicately and sends Sonny through for that led to the corner. There he is. That led to the corner. That needs to be updated now. It needs to be changed with merged with Roberto Carlos. He's now playing left wing back. He can do it as well as
but can I ask what do you all think of that comment that I've made? Is it should I get slated for it or?
No, Lloris has been a great. He's been a great servant for the club. Sorry, I'll just finish my rant and I'll end up.
Yeah, you go ahead, Sean. Then let Kuba go.
Been a fantastic servant for the club, but I totally take your point. He's useless in the air. His decision making since he's signed his new contract has been woeful.
2 years has been bad. Yeah.
He's starting to come out and try to become more of a sweeper keeper and has ended up, it hasn't cost us yet, but it looked like it could have cost us against Newcastle. It could have cost us against United. It could have cost us against Brighton as well. But he's done 3 or 4 things where he's come out of the box and he's ended up being very sloppy. His distribution's always been awful. I take your point, but he's been a great servant for the club. But it is time to start looking for a replacement and very quick. Yeah. And Sam Johnston for me is
I just hope
good idea.
I hope next season, Sean, that we start with a new keeper. I really do.
with
or have
comments like-
somebody in there properly. But sorry,
Well, hang on a
go
minute.
ahead, Mark. What are your thoughts on that? And then I want
all
to
I
hear
was
what
going to
people
say
want
is,
say.
with comments like that, I can see why you're in Australia.
It's a bit harsh, man.
No, I'm just saying.
He doesn't say much. When he does drop a word, it's like a friggin' hammer, isn't it?
Yeah,
Says the Palace fan in the Barcelona shirt.
Yeah.
No,
That's
that's his Barcelona Eagles shirt.
yeah.
You missed that part. It's his Barcelona
I
Eagles.
had the same go at him, Kuva, about that. And I think he took it personal, so be careful, Kuva.
Yeah, there you go.
He'll
Now,
come at you.
and it's Kuva's turn now. So
Mark's only just up the road, so he needs to
He is,
watch out anyway.
yes. Half an hour on the
Kuva, what are
train.
your thoughts there on what?
Yeah,
what we're thinking about
I
on
actually
Lloris there?
agree. I agree with both William and Sean. I think Lloris has been a great servant for us. He's been a model professional. He's a great shot stopper. But at the end of the day, with a goalkeeper, I think you need an absolute monster, a man mountain in there.
Yeah.
Towers over the opposition. So they are shit scared to make a
What, like
challenge.
Hey, Kuva, like an Eric
6'3" big enough?
Torsted.
Yeah,
Eric
6'3" will do it.
Torsted.
You've got a bit of heft on you as well. And like,
Sam Johnston's 6 foot. He's 1 meter
if you
95.
If come out for a ball and you're capable of clearing out everything in front of you, that's a
Yeah.
goalkeeper for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I think Sam Johnson will be a good signing for us.
Yeah, I like him.
I
like him a
honestly,
lot.
I do. I like him a lot. And also,
He's how old now though?
29.
I also
Sorry.
I think
Keeper,
we
that's
should
young.
go-
That's young
Yeah.
for a
we
keeper.
should go for the Irish keeper as well and get him from Man City.
I agree with you, Dermot, and William. I think you said that the Irish keeper's awesome.
I'll go as far as to say as well that it's not the keepers that make all the spectacular saves that are the best in the long run. It's the ones that are steady. It's the
100%.
ones
Yeah.
that are 7 out of 10 every match.
Yeah.
Totally dependable.
I mean,
Yeah.
Whole defense relies on them, and
Yeah.
they improve because of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
You look
love
at-
Nick Pope. Like he's the reason I think Burnley
Yeah.
even has been able to be maintained for as long as
That's
they
the
have.
one I was
you know.
going to say.
Yeah, I think he's just absolutely amazing. When you look at the numbers that guy's been putting up on a team like that, he just you gotta give him
Pope
respect.
is awesome. He's
Yeah.
also available. I think
you
he's
just-
running out of contract.
He's
I think
got
he's
a
only got
year.
a year left on his
He's got a
contract.
year after this. That's what
So
I'm
you
saying.
could
So
you could get him for
we could
15
poach him.
million. Yeah.
For
mean,
me,
you
the
look-
blueprint for the perfect goalkeeper is Peter Schmeichel.
Yeah,
Find
I
somebody
mean,
like that.
Yeah.
We've had great keepers in the past. We've had
Okay.
Pat Jennings.
I've got
We've
one
had
under
Ray
my
Clement.
mattress somewhere.
Eric
We've always
Torsted. I loved Eric
Eric-
Torsted.
I like Torspit as well.
Yeah.
He was good fun.
I met Eric. I met Eric Viking.
Well, he's a
another
massive
one.
man,
could
isn't he?
scare, he could scare the opposition with his voice alone.
Mhm.
which he
Brilliant.
did.
I love that booming
Yeah.
voice.
Yeah.
Keepers, there, everybody clears out the way.
What about
There
the
was,
guy? What about the guy from Southampton who's like 6'10"? What's his name? He's massive.
Oh.
He's an absolute man mountain.
Oh, the
I-
Scots one,
Yeah, what's his name?
Fraser Forster, is that the one?
That's it. Fraser Forster. I don't know if he's a great goalkeeper, but you want someone who's big and you know.
There was-
Wasn't he
overpowered.
a former Celtic keeper?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was, yeah.
Okay.
And I
There
tell you,
was,
how well Joe Hart doing up at Celtic? He's doing very well at the moment.
Yeah.
He is. I'll
So
tell
is
you what,
Cameron
though,
Carter-Vickers, though.
Yeah, I watched the match.
on.
I watched the match
Context.
against Rangers, and Carter Vickers was an absolute rock in defence.
Yeah. I watched that.
He was unbelievable.
I think
Yeah,
that just
I
shows you the levels. Like,
But I will say one thing though: if we ever were to lose Conte, that Celtic manager is the one I want next
the
to
Australian
manage
fella.
Tottenham.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ange Postecoglou.
Yeah.
He's brilliant.
Yeah.
He is class act. And I remember when Celtic first signed him, and I went on the Celtic forums, and I seen all the Celtic fans were going, "Who the fuck is this guy? Why are we signing this guy as our manager?"
We said the same thing
Yeah,
about
yeah.
Pochettino.
And I
We said
just
the
said
same
to him,
thing
I
about
said, "Look, guys, I honestly, I said he might have a bad start at the very start, but I'm telling you, he plays nothing but attacking football, and his
Yeah.
teams play on the floor all the time, from defence to the midfield to attack." I said, he'll make average players, look great. And now look at them.
You'd want
They're going to
him,
win the
you'd want
title.
him
They're
to
going to win
replace
everything.
Conte. If Conte left, you'd want him to step in. That would be
Yes.
I don't know how that would go down.
Oh,
with the
Sean, it
Levy
wouldn't
out
go down well
brigade.
at all. But I can guarantee you, after a little while, and he's very good man management. He's brilliant at putting the arm around the player, and he's very like Conte, and he's passionate as well. He's very
Yeah,
passionate.
but do you think Harry Kane would respect him? Do you think?
Oh no! Look, Harry Kane would be gone, Sean. Once Conte's gone, Kane would be gone.
Fair.
So it'd be a different Tottenham you'd be looking at. You know what I mean? But I'm talking 4 or 5 years down along the line. I'm not talking
You think Conte
next
will
year.
be here in 4 or 5 years? Do you?
Yes, most definitely. Yeah, we're going to win a lot of trophies.
He won't have finished counting his trophies in that amount of time.
Yeah, exactly. We got to catch up with Chelsea,
Conte's
man.
never spent
I
more than
I just want to say,
year.
I think if Conte stays past this summer and Levy backs him and does what we all as fans actually want the fucker to do, I can agree with William and see him actually finally breaking his streak of going
finding a home,
2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
Because if you really look at everything Conte has done, this is truly this could be the biggest feather in his cap. To bring this club to the level that we wanted to be.
It will be his biggest feather because he will.
Like the credit that this man will be given, it'll pedestal him and immortalize him in club management.
But let's be honest, right? The reality is that he usually leads clubs when he falls out with chairman. And one of the chairmen that he fell out with was Abramovich, which, to be fair, Abramovich, in terms of like doing whatever the manager wants, providing the players that the manager wants, he's been second to none as a chairman. You know, say what you will about his politics or whatever, put that to one side. He's always provided, you know, the resources and he still found a reason to fall out with Abramovich, right? So I'm not sure what happened with the Inter thing, but just generally speaking, like if you had to put money on, will Conte be here in 4 or 5 years? Even if Levy backs him this summer, I would say the probability would say he won't be. He likes a 2-year.
Yeah, but there's where it all. I honestly think that he will be here for a long time. I think Conte has fallen in love with Tottenham, and he sees Spurs
and the fans,
and the fans exactly. I think he sees Spurs.
We have a lot to offer for the future.
Yeah,
right?
of course, Matt, of course. I think he sees Tottenham as the underdog, the ones that are never look like they're going to win anything. And he's going to prove a lot of people wrong. He's going to stay for a long time at Tottenham. He's going to become a Tottenham legend.
I hope so.
May I posit this to you then? Right. In a world where he doesn't, as a talking point, I mentioned this on one of my Tottenham walks a few weeks back. In a world where he best case scenario, he stays for beyond this. We start worst case scenario, Levy doesn't back him and he leaves in the summer, right? Best case scenario at present is that he stays for the next season, which is when his contract ends, and then see what happens after that. But when we're going to go and buy players, we're going to go and buy players and sign them on 4 or 5 year contracts. Most players that signed on a 4 or 5 year contract.
Mm-hmm.
Are you concerned, or any of you concerned, by a scenario where if he was to fuck off to Paris Saint-Germain and Pochettino was to come the other way, it doesn't even have to be Pochettino, it could be anybody else, but where we're buying players to fit a specific 3-4-3 or a 3-5-2 model, especially defensively, because there's a massive difference between a right back and a right wing back, a left back and a left wing back, or a centre back that plays on the left of a 2 or a 3. Are you concerned that we go and buy players on 5-year contracts to fit a Conte model
and then bring
that is only used by Conte and a very, very few managers? The next manager that comes in will likely want to play 4 at the back. Yeah. And so then we have horses for courses again. We have square pegs and round holes. Are any of you concerned about signing players?
100%. That's my biggest concern, actually.
But we go and spend £150 million on players that don't fit the next guy's system.
But to be fair, if we do spend that money and back this guy, he has no reason to leave. So I'm kind of hoping that if we do what he wants, get him what he wants, keep him happy, don't give him a reason to throw his toys out of the pram, then he stays and we give him the players he wants, and we'll have, the square pegs for the square blocks and the round pegs for the round holes, and we're ready to go, and hopefully things will finally start to add up. But I can't take it anymore. I need to hear a hello from Alan, and I need to know Kuva's opinion on this one. Good morning to you, Alan. Thanks for joining us.
Well, I would like to say good morning. I don't know what day it is at the moment because I didn't get home
Jesus.
from hospital till about 2:30 this
Yeah,
morning.
I heard about your little knock there, buddy. You
Yeah.
broken pelvic bone, huh?
Yeah.
Celebrating that win at the stadium too hard on Newcastle there the other day.
Weird thing is, I think I'd done it just as I was getting back in the car. As I was getting back in the car, you know, as you turn yourself to get in the car,
Yeah, you shifted.
my right foot caught the door, and I think my body went one way and that leg stayed that way, and I just thought I thought I'd done a muscle, so I went to the doctors just to be
get checked. Yeah,
he turned around and says, "I want you to go to hospital because I think you've got a hernia." So I go up there. I get there at 6:30 or 6:15 last night, and got out there at nearly 1:00, nearly 2:00 last night. So
good times.
yeah.
Well, I hope you'll be okay, buddy. We hope you'll be okay. But Kuva, please enlighten us on what Sean's brought up. How are your thoughts? Me and William seem to be pretty much on the same page that we agree that if he is back, that he'll stay. So what do you think on this whole Conte scenario with if we back him, do we risk him leaving? Do we back a manager that might not be here? Where do we go? What do we do?
If he's happy, he's going to stay. He's just that sort of character. If he thinks that we are pulling in the same direction and that the backing is sufficient, we're not talking godly amounts of money. He's never really done that. So as long as we go out and actually get the ones that fit the jigsaw, I don't see why he wouldn't stay. I mean, you just bend over, you make a little bit of allowance with Conte. You bend a bit to fit what he wants. If you want to get anywhere. So the question is, we know what our chairman's like, and he's not one for doing that. So it's in the balance. I don't know. I don't know. But I do see us backing him sufficiently to create a team that's going to challenge for things.
Yeah. The two important things.
I think we're many years off the title, but no reason we can't be looking at a couple or two with good runs in Europe. If we don't make the Champions League, I don't see why we can't win the Europa League next season. If we do make the Champions League, status elevated again, get a few better players in, solidify our claim to being a top 4 team again. So it's win-win either way in that respect, from my point of view. I think trophies in grasp, or we're putting ourselves back in the big boy territory again, and we need to quickly because of Newcastle's emergence. It's going to become very difficult to get top 4 at all for anybody. We really need to be doing it now if possible, but it's tough competition, isn't it? I used to think it was Arsenal was going to be our main rivals, but there's something about the way United are just sat there just in reach that's a bit unsettling for me. They got a nasty habit of getting that top 4 spot when they need it. But as for Conte, keep him long term. I'm not bothered about buying players to fit a certain system if you're buying them from the correct sort of clubs. Anybody that's brought up on the Ajax way, it doesn't matter. They can play football in any position.
Yeah, exactly.
I think
don't buy the square pegs. Just buy a peg that's a little bit malleable. You can fit it in a lot of places.
I think
those sort of places. Anyway,
don't be putting your peg anywhere and everywhere.
I think the thing
it's just get good footballers in.
Yeah.
Good, intelligent footballers who want to win and are just technically good. You can really do something with that, especially a manager like Conte. I mean, we're talking about it, the January window. I remember saying at the start of it, I think we'll get somebody who's not going to set the place alight. It won't be like this stellar signing. It'll be one that raises a few eyebrows, but it'll be exactly what we need. And turns out that's Bentancur. He's done exactly that. Because I must admit, I hadn't heard of him. I had not heard of him before he joined. But there we go. I think we'll be all right. I think Conte's going to stay though.
Right.
I think with January, I think the one thing we need to do, well, not January, sorry. I think we need to get the 4 signings in, 3 or 4 signings in before the 1st of July.
Which positions?
If we haven't, well, we definitely need a right wing back.
No,
we definitely need a right wing back. That's without foul. I think we could do with someone. We need someone in a central attacking midfield, if not another forward up with Kane. Yeah.
Sorry about that, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Kuva, just so you know, Dermot's computer crashed. He's having some issues with his. So if he comes back into the background, you're able to add him back in. You have the administrative powers, right?
No, I don't think I do.
I haven't. I'm on my phone.
I did have. I don't think I do now. You
He'll
sure
be,
you
able,
don't? Mate?
he'll be able to get back in
I
himself.
just talked. No, he's not able to. That's the thing. He just tried rebooting, and that was him on the phone now, and he just tried rebooting, and he wasn't able to get back in. So he said only maybe Kuva can try to get him in, right? So,
Wait, who let me in?
that's the thing. He let you in, and then there you go.
Dingo, you let yourself in.
He's running the show.
Dago, before you said it, that's exactly what I was wondering. Who let this guy in?
There's some inception here. Who the fuck let that guy in?
If anybody in the comments knows who's running the show, please let us know.
What do you mean, Tommy, running the show?
Wow,
What do you mean?
What the fuck is that?
Dermot, Dermot, your mic, man.
Your inflatable woman's having difficulties, Dermot.
Doesn't sound like he's making a phone call. He's making a phone call, one of the old phone calls with the rotary dial. Jesus Christ.
7,
Yes.
9.
That's exactly what he was doing.
That's why it took him so long to call me.
Right.
Oh, one.
What the hell was that?
Right,
How are you, Mr. Daigle?
I just want to say,
He's got the earpiece and he's tapping the.
Bobby, my
Morse
brother,
code.
good to see you.
Good morning, good to see
Mark, always good to see you, my man. William
How are
Kelly,
you, my
I
man?
salute you, sir.
Ryan, how are you,
What's
buddy?
up, Alan? What's up, Alan? What's up, Sean? Kuva, my brother. It is so good to share a
Big up,
screen
mate.
with you again, my man.
Yeah, likewise, mate.
And what a beautiful day to do it, because I can
Yes.
fly higher than an eagle, because we are above the filth in the league. That is my new song. I'm so happy today. I'm so happy.
Yeah.
I'd like to be in the same mode as Dago, but I want to just kind of see how the next few games play out, because I know we've done this. To
Enjoy
our
it whilst
fans.
it's here, Bob. Enjoy it.
I am enjoying it, but I don't want to go to cloud 9. I'm going to stay on cloud 8 for now.
You do that. I mean,
Yeah.
I've been
Right,
sending all my
Unacceptable.
Arsenal fans. I've been sending all my Arsenal fans, and I have one in particular that I used to know and live with. It was a good friend of mine in London, but originally he was born in Canada, so he moved back to Alberta, Edmonton, Alberta, but just before I moved to Canada. And he just cannot take banter. Whenever we lose, he'll really give it shit, and then I'll leave it till like really key moments. So at the end of the game, I sent in the Bjork song. It's all gone quiet. So I've been sending that to most people. Every single Arsenal fan has been getting Bjork. It's oh so quiet sent to them via YouTube from me. So I hope they're all enjoying that this morning.
Right. Can I say something?
Yeah,
Right.
No,
Right.
can you?
you better. Apparently, you and I are hosting now.
Oh, are we? Oh, right.
As long as you don't personally attack me again,
No,
man.
no. Well, I'm just explaining this. I got my goggles on because, like, the comments, and there was one boo get him off of here or something, and like that was a joke about why you're in Australia. No, like
That was about me, wasn't it?
Oh, Brian, I know that. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
no. But there was a comment, boo, get him off.
No, that was about me. That was just after I arrived. That was John Fitzpatrick probably having a crack at me because me and him have banter.
I thought it was about me.
Well,
Right,
I
right.
think it's banter, John, but sometimes I'm not entirely
Yeah,
sure.
Right. Well, that's that sorted. Right, and one more question for Sean.
Yes.
Right, I'm only on my phone, and my phone just popped down with a YouTube notification about your walk. So why are you here? You're meant to be out walking.
Oh, no. That was an hour ago. That was an hour and a half ago.
Well, it's just come up at work. Well, we've only just got electricity in this
Same
part of
right
the world.
there.
Yeah,
Right there it is.
morning
Yeah.
walk.
Morning
Morning
walk.
walk.
Yeah.
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 20 minutes
Sean, you're cheating.
trying to lose some calories.
Poor
Sorry.
Bugsy is pissing on your sofa downstairs right now, mate.
She almost got chewed up halfway through the walk. It was right at the end, like after 18, 19 minutes. I had to go. I was like, anyway, so Arsenal, blah, blah, blah. I was like, Bugsy! No! And I had to press pause because there's a combine harvester that's chewing up all the fertile land next to me.
Oh,
to be laid
shit.
out. And
You're nowhere near me, Sean.
The bugs.
Combine harvester.
No, there's one. Well, I'm not sure if it was a combine harvester. It looked like something like that. Anyway, I had to press pause on the video to save her.
Sean, you stitch the dog up. You put the cam on his head and sending your going.
Naughty.
You found me out. Damn it!
It just popped up on my phone.
We know.
Yeah, no.
You tell the truth, Sean. You were in the corner watching a movie, eating McDonald's.
Yes.
Come on, mate.
Drinking Barocca. Yeah. Staying out of trouble. No, Bugsy almost died today, but that's another.
Who's in control of the comments now? Because I can't do it.
I can't do that. I just sent Dermot that message basically. So I just wanted to take a moment to apologize to everybody in the chat. I appreciate everybody putting their comments in, but unfortunately we can't go through them.
Well, I can't even read them.
We just can go through what's happening. I just opened my screen up so we could just kind of go through things in the chat on the side. So if we see any questions come up, we'll try to address them. But should we go through our player ratings? Let's get going with that, guys.
We can have a let's get back update first if you want, Bobby.
What's that, sorry?
We can have a dermot update. He's telling me his laptop keeps crashing. There's too many people on the stream. So come on, everybody off.
Everybody out. Okay, kids. Okay, that's enough for today. Then everybody go home. We're all going to go with Sean for a walk.
He's going to try and sit in the background, and he'll end the stream when we're ready to. So I said we'll just keep going indefinitely.
Well, I've got 4 hours before I've got to get ready for work. So what do you guys
doing? I can take over after that. Yeah.
Hey, Kuva,
I've got all night.
I've got a week till I go back to the hospital. So if they don't need me,
no problem. Just keep your camera running. It'll be fine, mate.
Did it say get the guy with the Barcelona shirt off?
Oh, you love winding Dermot off, Kuva.
No, you're right, Mark. It was John Fitzpatrick's in the comments saying it wasn't about me. It's my paranoia. It was actually about William. He was having a crack at you, William. So back to how it was before that.
No. What? That was a joke. That was a joke. I apologise.
Okay. Everything's right with the world now. Everything's right with the world.
Yeah.
I'm so upset.
So let's.
We'll turn it into a fight anyway. Come on.
I want to.
Wait.
I want to start getting into some of this here, guys. You want to do players' ratings? Do we want to talk about Arsenal's, beautiful performance yesterday? Do we want to talk about how great our team was? Where do we want to start, Mark?
Well, I was on.
Was not an option.
No, all right, sorry.
Everybody's done player ratings by now, haven't they?
Yeah. I was going to say I was on your team stream.
Okay, then let's do your one standout. Who was the one player that absolutely surprised you with their performance?
Well,
let's
surprised with the performance, or
who did you not expect to stand up and show what they showed us on Sunday?
It's a good game, Bobby.
Royal. Emerson Royal.
Wow.
Okay. And what is it that stood out in his performance that you feel elevated him to getting this, this praise from you?
Well, we all thought he was rubbish. Sorry?
He's back heel.
His what, sorry?
His goal.
He's back heel.
Yeah. His goal. And we all thought he was rubbish, but he did a fair job there on the right.
That goal was, even his goal was pretty ropey.
It
wasn't the best goal ever scored, was it? Let's be honest.
No. But do we care as long as they cross the line?
No, I know. It's typical Emerson Royale, right? He does something great, but it's still not good.
Oh yeah.
As they used to say in golf, there's no pictures on the scorecard.
That's right.
You get a 3 or 4.
There you go. Oh, he's back. He's back.
Write it down.
Hold on.
Okay, guys, we got to behave. The boss is back. The boss is back. Okay, we can go back. We can go back. Have fun. So Royal is
try again, Dermo.
John Fitzpatrick is bang on the money, and it's just that he's all me and him are like.
You wait your turn, mister. You wait your turn, mister. Thank you.
Yes, but the comment just come up. I just wanted to say that. Jesus Christ!
Yeah, man, goodness.
It's called about Bobby. You got to know. It's called about engagement with the people that are in the chat.
So he got the comments out.
Yes, look, there's a change. Look.
I'm going power mad. Dermot's gone. Let me have some fun, man.
Jesus.
It's chaos. It's like the old Friday night streams. It's chaos.
So, since Brian's got it on the tip of his tongue, ready to go. So that was your player that really made the difference for you, Brian?
And it did make a difference. You asked the question, who surprised me? And Doherty playing at left back, when we've seen him play at left back, has been absolutely woeful.
Disgusting, yeah.
Yes.
And then yesterday, he played at left back, or not yesterday, Sunday, he played at left back and actually put in a very, very good performance. Just you can see the difference in him, just the run to make that run for the goal. He was busting a gut to get in there. And I said yesterday, I am 100% convinced, it was on Bob Spur's show, that cross was meant for Doherty. I don't think it was meant for Son at all.
No,
if you watch it on the replay,
100% it was for Doherty.
Yeah, exactly, Sean. And you know what? Just to see him, and then you've heard Matt Doherty come out with his quotes that Alistair Gold has been saying, and it looks like he's completely committed. And it was a great performance from Doherty.
Yeah,
at the position he has failed at. So
completely,
to stand out.
Yeah,
he should have been man of the match, in my opinion.
Oof.
Well, here's the reason why. If you don't mind, Bobby, I'll go for it.
Go for it. Yeah,
this will be my shout. Right. So he scored the goal. He scored the second goal, the goal that Brian was just talking about. And if you watch the replay, as soon as Harry Kane got the ball, he started the run and was screaming for it with his hands up when he was basically on the halfway line and got there to finish. He could have scored Sonny's goal, but Sonny took it off of him. Right. So that won't count on any statistics website, but he could have got a second there, and he arguably was in a better position than Sonny, but it's okay for Sonny to take it because that's Sonny's job. He was directly involved in the first goal with that amazing, majestic flick on from the Lloris 60-yard half volley punt that I spoke about earlier, and he was the assist for Emerson Royale. And on top of all of that, he was playing in a position that wasn't his own. He's being the guy who puts his hand up and takes one for the team, so he can get on the pitch. Nobody else could do what he did, playing in the complete opposite position of what they would ask to be. If Romero played up front, Romero wouldn't do as well as he does at the back. If Harry Kane was asked to defend, Harry Kane wouldn't be as good as he is up front. Doherty was asked to play with a right foot only in a left wing back position, and he was directly involved in 4 goals of the 5. I thought Doherty, there was 6 or 7 candidates for man of the match. Kane was obscene. Romero was obscene. Bentancur was obscene. There was loads of players that were obscene, but Doherty doesn't get enough credit for that. The fact that he did all of that playing in the opposite position where he would like to play, I think he was phenomenal. So I'm with Brian.
And I'm with the two of you, because on the pregame I was on with David Harris. He was doing We Are Tottenham TV's pregame, and it was just after he had just released the lineups, and when he showed me that Royal was starting and Doherty was on the left, it completely changed my thoughts on how the game was going to go. So, full credit to how great he was. The only reason I have an issue with how giving the love to Royal is because Bob Spur, I don't know if Dermot's still back there, if he can get the comment, but Bob's put up a comment saying that Emerson was shocking because it wasn't for Romero covering the gaps he was leaving.
Yeah.
We St. Maximin would have gone in those holes and ripped us apart over there. And I saw that because there was points that Royal was so far up the pitch, and you look behind him and it was just acres of open space, and we're leaving that open space for their best attacking player and somebody that's got just ridiculous amounts of pace. So we got to respect Romero for basically covering his ass. Romero made him look good.
Amazing. Romero was fantastic yesterday, and I agree with
Romero made St. Maximum look like nothing.
Made him look like the minimum.
Yeah. And that being said, William.
Nice one, Brian.
Nice one, Brian. Like
that. Honestly, what I have to about exactly what Romero does when I was at Man City with Ben and Simeon. Royale had an okay game in that game, but when you watch it closely, and Sean will know, going as a season ticket holder and everything, and anyone that does go, when you watch it.
Sorry, which game was that, Brian?
Man City.
The City game. Okay, yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
The amount of work Romero does to cover whoever's at right wing back, it goes completely unrecognised. And I've been saying with the thing with Romero, and obviously whenever I mention Romero, Bob Spur, Kleenex, this guy. Make Bob a scout. Romero, when you watch him, I've never seen a defender, and I'm talking all the Spurs players, even Jan Vertonghen, where I've seen how much space, his anticipation.
Yeah.
He finds space when other defenders can't find it. Romero will just come, and then all of a sudden it's like the Red Sea has parted.
When the ball's on the floor, Brian, when the ball's on the floor, he is a world-class defender at the age of 23. Aerially, he's still suspect. He's not great in the air.
Well, he's not that tall either.
Do you know what? His discipline. His discipline. He's worked on his discipline. I mean, like I said, when I was watching the Everton game, my first game when I came back here, and we all loved that tackle we made on Richarlison. We all love it. It was an absolute just
monster.
He just
he did one in this game too, in the 20th minute, roughly too, right?
In the 7th minute, he smashed into Maximan to take minimum and took him out.
The thing when he did it to the Maximum, Sean, what I liked about that one is it was whilst the Maximum was on the ball. The one with Richarlison was just a wild, absolutely pointless. No way. It was a no-brainer for a yellow card. It was reckless. It was whatever. And that's
could have been a red card.
Every defender's going to pick up yellow cards. It's a fact. Every player's going to pick up yellow cards. But there's doing it one for the team and tactical and whatever, and then there's just poleaxing someone for the sake of it.
Yeah.
And Romero's got to work on that. That's what Romero's got to work on.
But it seems like he has the last few games.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like what a change.
Even more impressive.
Because what was he at 8, and we all concerned that one more and 7. He picks up that 2 game, a 7. So
he was
what
at
was
7,
it, 1 or 2 away?
He's got one more game to avoid a yellow card, and then it gets reset. So
okay, his tackle on Joe Willock was absolutely world class.
Oh, Willock, sorry, that's the one I was trying to think. That was like the 20th minute. That
because
one, right?
Willock made Davies and Dyer. He turned them inside out.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for that tackle, they were scored again, So he's a world-class defender. He really is.
If he can learn to, and his timing with heading is slightly off. And you're right, Bobby. He's obviously not the tallest.
Yeah,
that's why I think it's so important. If we can sign somebody in the summer who's a left-sided centre back, as much as I think Davies goes under the radar because I think he's been very, very solid and consistent.
Yeah,
but I do think there's an area we could improve that guy at that position. But I think if we can get someone like a De Vrij who's amazing in the air,
or Torres,
someone a 6'2", 6'3" guy who can educate the other centre backs on timing with the heading and positional play. If we can be less leaky from set pieces aerially, and also for someone like Romero, if he can just improve that area of his game, he is without a doubt a world-class centre back. He's almost there anyway, because when the ball's on the floor, there's very few people that are better than him. But when the ball's in the air, I don't think he's quite there yet.
No, but there's a lot. Look at his age too, and there's a lot of players. Like I know Daigle was going on about how he sees him being better than Van Dijk in a few years' time. Once he kind of gets that knowledge of the Premier League behind, like if he's doing this well in such a short span, like Decky and Benny and these guys are doing so well for us, just slotting into the team. It's crazy to think what's going to happen next year. And it's just so positive for us as Spurs fans. Like we have the right, I think, to be kind of looking forward and looking till tomorrow and being optimistic, right? Sorry, go ahead, Willie.
And if you put also, like what I said earlier on, if you get a really good keeper early in around that box, that will help Romero and the other defenders as well.
Diego, what do you think about that? You weren't part of that conversation earlier. We were talking about how William was saying he feels Lloris needs to be replaced and soon.
So, Lloris, listen, I've been saying this for a while now. Lloris is an incredible servant. Lloris has been an incredible servant. Listen, when it comes to Lloris, he is still, in my opinion, the best shot stopper in the league. He has still got the best reflexes in the league. He has got the worst distribution in the whole of the country. And one of the things he started to do, look, when a goalkeeper makes a mistake, there is nowhere else to turn. It's the one position. If you make a mistake, it is heavily documented, and there's no one to support you or back you up. It's a goal. It's now with this contract, and I said this when he signed it before. We need to use these 2 years to do what Manchester United did with Van der Sar when they went and got De Gea. When De Gea came in, they scouted this guy for 2 years straight. Yes, he made some mistakes, but they brought potential, and boy, did he live up to that potential.
Yeah.
It's a bit. That's why when we signed Galini, obviously we didn't know how bad Galini was going to turn out to be. But I was happy we brought a goalkeeper in, because if Lloris didn't sign a contract, at least there was a goalkeeper there. So it's not like everyone in the world knows we need to sign a number one, because there would have been one there. I've seen Sam Johnston used a lot this mentioned a lot over the last 24 hours, and we're linked with him again. Funnily enough, we've never been linked with. I think there's a player we haven't been linked with. I hope we bring him in, but not as number one. You bring him in as the Galini, and then you use that year to either think, wait a minute, Sam Johnston could be the one, or you use that year to find, and you use these 2 years to identify goalkeepers. Like we've seen, Paratici's way of business, as we've seen, is have 10 players in a position and then start narrowing it down, ready for what window. Well, I hope they're doing that for a goalkeeper for next season. Like I want the real number one to come at the end of next season. Listen, Lloris is not going to get dropped. I can understand where William's coming from. I can completely understand, because these, if you look at it, we all know he's prone to a ricket. We all know he's got it in him, but he did it against Southampton. He did it in Wolves, and Wolves was just a horrific game, horrific.
Yeah.
And
No,
it was, they were just
I promise.
terrible goalkeeping decision. I mean, me and Sean were talking about it when we went for the curry afterwards. Wolves, it was just like playing volleyball for the first one, and God knows what he was doing for the second one.
Yeah.
And then obviously he's done it again.
It's not just that now,
yeah.
Brian. Though he's trying to come into becoming a sweeper keeper. He's trying to come out and collect the ball.
Well,
and
he was doing that at the beginning, Sean. That's what we signed him as. He was that sweeper keeper. But then one thing I have liked that he's done recently, and Conte must have had a word with him, the goalkeeper coach, is he started being more commanding in the box for crosses. Usually he just stayed on his line and literally left the defenders to deal with it. But he's kind of re-added that to his game, where he's been a little bit more committed in coming out of his line to help out with set pieces. But we've got to use this time. This, for me, I don't know if everyone else sees this, but signing a goalkeeper is the most important position to get right. It is the number one. I mean, getting a
most unforgiving position.
Exactly. Getting competition for Kane, all well and good. Finding at the end of the day, whenever it happens, a replacement for Kane is vital, but nothing is more vital for me than getting the goalkeeper right. We saw when Schmeichel left and Seaman left Arsenal, Schmeichel went through Bosnich, Taibbi, Tim Howard, Roy Carroll. They went through loads until they found Van der Sar. And then after Van der Sar, they found De Gea. Seaman, after they went through a few before that, Richard Wright and other people before they found Lehman. Look at Liverpool until they found Alisson. This position is
and they paid 70 million quid for Alisson.
Exactly, and this is what you got to do when it comes to a goalkeeper.
Pay the fuck up. Pay up.
Because the thing is, when you go to buy a goalkeeper, whoever you're buying it from, let's just say we were going for the guy at Atletico Madrid. What's his name? Obliak or whatever. I'm just using him.
Oblak. Oblak. Yeah.
I'm just using him as a name, not saying we're going for him.
Yeah.
He is going to cost big bucks. But he's going to cost big bucks, because he's absolutely world-class and brilliant. But then that team need to go and buy a goalkeeper. Goalkeepers are very few and far between. So
look at Kepa. He wasn't that much cheaper than what Alisson was, right? I think Kepa might have been more than Alisson. And look at the bust he ended up being.
Yeah, right? You've got to get it right. And Liverpool scouting network got it bang on the money.
And that's what I was going to say. It was their scouting, because if you look, it was the year before he was with Roma, Alisson, and they put 7 past him in, what was it, Champions League?
Yeah.
And they still bought him. So their scouting department obviously knew something.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to. But I don't see Lloris being dropped. Whether he deserves it or not is another question. If we signed an Obliak, then it's a real debate. But if Sam Johnston comes in, I don't think he displaces Hugo Lloris.
Who do you think we could bring in now that we have the real opportunity to get that could displace Lloris?
Dean Henderson. I'm going to keep saying it all the goddamn time. That's who I want to replace.
And where is he now?
Manchester United.
Is he back there? Because he was on loan at, what was it, Sheffield last year?
Yeah, he's been back there. Do you know what? People keep saying, why would he come to Tottenham as a number? People will keep saying, why would he come to Tottenham to be a number 2 for another? Whoever comes in next, if we got a Dean Henderson, it would be, listen, you're going to play number 2 under Hugo. You're going to play Carabao Cup, FA Cup, and maybe Europa League if we don't get Champions League. But next season, Hugo is going. And next season, you are number one. There is no ifs, buts, and maybes. At Manchester United, he just never knows. But I would take Dean Henderson all day, every day.
Now, Brian, I found it.
There you go.
Nice one, Mark. Costume change. And
There you
everything.
go.
Sorry, I know we've got a lot of build up in the comments on the side
That's
over
the
here.
bottom
Just trying to
line.
get through here.
Yes.
Because Daigle said so. Daigle 316 said, I just won't leave you past.
Nice.
I agree with Brian. I mean, at the end of the day, when a goalkeeper makes an error, 9 out of 10 times it's going to cost you a goal. You can see two errors a match. 9 out of 10 times you ain't going to win a match. Yeah.
Yep.
If a striker makes that error or a midfielder makes that error, it don't really cost you. It can cost you, lead to a goal, but it doesn't cost you the goal. You've got to have a reliable keeper. That's the strongest position on the field.
And he's not reliable. He's not reliable.
No.
The guy that we're supposed to have signed in the last couple of days, whatever his name is, I forget his name right now. Someone remind me quickly.
Brandon Austin.
No, the guy we were just talking about earlier. That's like the rumours that we're signing him.
Sam Johnson.
Sam Johnson
from West Brom. So West Brom, he's got a 78% save ratio, right? So let's call it 80%. So for every 4 shots on target that he's faced at West Brom over the last 4 years on average, for every 5 shots on target, 1 of them goes in. On average, how many times do Tottenham have a shot on target against them? 3 times.
Yeah.
3 times a game.
The trouble is, Sean, you don't know whether the first shot's going to go in, or the 5th one, or the 3rd one.
No, I know, but if you extrapolate it over a season, 80% shot, shot on target save ratio is pretty healthy, and that's for West Brom that have got a leaky defense. Whereas if you're putting him in front of a Romero, putting him behind Romero and Dyer and let's say De Vrij, and we only give away 2 or 3 shots on target a game, then we're probably only going to, according to those ratios, the math suggests we concede 1 goal every 2 games. If we can do that whilst also having the offensive attitude and aptitude that we have right now, I think it's good enough. And the guy's 6'3", he's a big, stocky fella. He's good at shot stopping. His distribution is very good. He comes and claims the ball. He's loud. He's vocal. I think
that's what you want, Sean.
I like.
That's what we want.
Yeah. I mean, I used to go on a forum, like where you just left messages, not talking not really talking to people. And I used to get lambasted because we were all going on about the homegrown situation, and all they kept saying is, "Well, add the two goalkeepers, the under 21s as their goalkeepers." And I said, "No, you've got to have an experienced backup goalkeeper."
Yeah.
Why do you need an experienced goalkeeper? I said, because Loris could get injured. If Loris gets injured, you want to have experience standing between the posts. You don't know what you're talking about. I'll tell you something. Lots of people won't agree with me, but as Brian has said, realistically, that goalkeeper is the most important position on your field. You need to have a class goalkeeper. It's no point having no disrespect to him.
You don't concede goals. You don't lose games, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
it's like what I said, Alan. I commented on this earlier on, that it was actually Tony Cascarino that said this comment about Lloris when Pochettino, at the height of Pochettino's reign. He said that if Spurs want to progress with that particular team, they need to get a better keeper than Lloris. And he got slated for saying that at the time, but he's correct in what he said.
Yeah.
Lloris is a fantastic shot stopper, but he is not good in the air. He's not good on the ground. He just if we want to progress and win trophies, you need not just a reliable defense. You need a reliable goalkeeper.
Yeah.
I've
heard stories, but I can't be shouting them out on here because otherwise, I could get in trouble, or you could get in trouble, like the site. But if we're about in the back room afterwards, I'll let you know what I've heard.
Dermot's not on the stream anymore. We've got full control.
Let's
have a little update.
He's back in. He's starting to do the comment stuff. So
no, I'm doing that.
Oh, you do have control.
You do have control of the comments. I can do.
Bobby K, block him.
Cooper, you also managed to drop yourself out and put yourself back in. So you do have control.
I've got control of everything an admin should have control of.
He
Except
has
Well,
the
block him.
power
the stream.
of Grayskull.
Block him, Cuba. Block him.
This stream is going to be running
Block
for another
Dermot.
10.5 hours and run its duration.
Well, we're gonna have to-
Thank you somewhere along the line, Cuba.
Well, we're gonna have to try to match Brian and Tottenham on tour over there, because I think on transfer deadline day they did like 8 hour stream or something like that
Yeah.
that day. You guys did,
Well,
right?
that's,
Wow.
that's the
Wow.
usual spur of the moment one for Sean.
Yeah, I've done 6 hours
Yeah.
stream just on the cuff.
Oh,
Guys,
here he is.
we're only here for
Here
an
he is.
hour. 6 hours
Yeah.
later. Where is it? All I'm fucking saying about
Oh, he's out.
fucking leave me.
Dermot appeared then, didn't he?
Someone
He's
He's
Right.
coming in and out. I think he's trying to come
What,
in. They sent me
uh,
a message saying he's using his phone now or something. Or
What do you think of my Tottenham
Welcome to my world.
coasters?
Very nice, Will.
Welcome to
Yeah,
my world. He's only
I
using his phone.
designed them and made them myself.
Alright.
I've seen you keep putting them up in the screen.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask what it was you're putting up. What are they?
I thought it was an ashtray.
It's a set. I done a set of coasters. I do a lot of resin work.
Oh,
Very
nice.
Yeah, so it's. I'm just trying to get. Sorry, I'm trying to get it right for you.
So
No,
what,
I
have
can
you
see
just-
it,
you
Yeah,
put
I'm
the
shit with the camera, man.
You put the sticker over the top of the glass resin, yeah?
Yeah, and then I put a cast and resin over the top just to seal it in place.
Oh,
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
wow. Very cool.
Nice.
I'll take 6 of those, please.
Are
Oh,
they-
get your orders in. Get your orders in,
and I'll
boys.
take a piece. And I'll take a piece of toast there, please, Alan.
She's waved. She's waved. She's waved.
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
She didn't know you was on.
um,
Oh, I was on.
So, Alan, go on. What do you want to tell us? What do you know?
I can't tell we're in the back room. Honestly, if I was to say it now and it gets out, because I've also got to make sure that the person who told me doesn't hear about it, because if you know what I mean.
Okay.
what is it about? A potential signing? You can like
No,
drop
it's
the
to
topic.
Top
do.
secret.
No, it's to do with Loris. It is to do with Loris.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Right, the show's finished then.
Yeah. That's it. We want to go to the back room. We got secrets.
Hey!
He's back. Oh, he's gone.
How do I sound now?
Fine.
Yeah,
a
very
little bit
Oh,
crackly.
hang on.
Kind of like
You
an
sound
alien coming
like-
out of your throat.
Yeah. You sound
I
like a
hate my
broken down
phone and I
record.
hate computers.
Sounds like
Oh,
you're
well, there you go.
sounds like you're conducting electricity.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
got
I
a
am.
crackle in it.
I'm attaching them to leave. I'm attaching them to Levy's balls at the moment, so he spends money.
Dermot, you need to wind that machine up a bit quicker. You know, turn it round.
Put some petrol in the generator.
He's got a
there.
little hamster going around the wheel.
That's how he powers his PC, isn't it?
That's how
Yeah.
we do we get electricity.
Is that any better?
Yeah, that's grand.
Oh, it was.
Oh, it still sounds like you're using a 1940s dial-up, bro.
Yeah, you're either conducting
Well, I
electricity
tell you
or
what,
making a call
I'll
in the
sit in the
1950s.
background. I'll sit in the background. You lads are running the show brilliantly, and I apologise to everyone. For
No,
the
you got to
audio
come back.
issues
I'm
with
already
one.
getting in shit here. Ireland already said that you've got to come back. He said I'm doing. What did he say? I can't even remember. He said I
Look,
can't. host.
Coover
Your
has
buddy
hosted the
John's
show
pissed
before.
off because he doesn't want a Canadian doing it. He said it's got to be an Irishman here. So
There is an Irishman
I will
here.
get-
I'm an Irishman.
Yeah, John's an Irish fella.
yeah, but
and I'll get mixed.
you defected to Australia, so it's not the same.
I'm also Irish. I don't
Yeah,
sound
there you
Irish,
go.
but
Look,
I'm
see,
Irish.
we're everywhere, man. We'll infiltrate the world.
I think it's only William here that hasn't hosted a show here at some point. Even Mark's had to do it at ad lib at one point, I remember.
Have I?
Yeah,
was
I
this?
remember Dermot's connection failed and you were left by yourself for a little while. So you just
Oh, that's right. About 5 seconds.
We like those shocking moments when it was just us on the screen looking
Oh,
at us talking
absolutely.
to ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just a day in the life for me over here.
I'd still
Right,
like to go
there you
back to
go.
the time with the flying sharks and stuff. Kuva, you need to bring back that.
should do.
Yeah.
Daigle, I see you've dropped back into lie down mode. You feeling okay, buddy?
Yeah, no, okay. I'll just get. Yeah, but I feel a little bit dizzy. so I
You
thought-
still getting the dizzy spells, yeah?
Yeah,
Are you sick, Nagel?
I've got labyrinthitis, which is no fun. which is no fun.
What is that? It's like something.
It's
something
It turns you into a
No,
Labrador.
It's basically
Oh, it's your ears, right? It's balance or something, right?
yeah, I suffered
Yeah,
I
yeah.
suffered with it
Vertigo
a
and
lot
stuff,
in
yeah.
England, but it's been it lasts 2 to 5 weeks with just
Turns you
basically
into a cat.
I see cats basically apparently. The most random thing I've ever had come up on this stream. And there's been a few random things, but it's not
Sorry to
pleasant.
hear
Let's
that, mate.
put it that way.
Sorry to hear that, man. Yeah.
Cheers,
If
brother.
you saw earlier, my cat made an appearance.
Yes,
I saw
we
it,
did
yeah.
see that.
Yes.
I was going to bring Bugsy in, but Bugsy doesn't like cats. I didn't want to start a,
No.
Look, I'll tell you how my
battle.
day has gone. I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning our time for some strange reason. Get back to sleep till 5. Woke up at 8. First thing I always do is see who's on YouTube. Saw We Are Tottenham TV are on. Went on them. Then obviously Bobby had sent me the link, so I had to come on with Bobby. And I haven't got out of bed. That's been my morning. Since the
He's,
Oh,
point
that's
of
you're,
view.
not, you're not working, Brian.
No, I'm not working till the 18th of April now because of this. I can't look at. This is why I'm laying down. I can't really be in training and go, listen, lads, you just carry on. I'm going to lay down and be dizzy for 3 hours. You just wait for me. So I'm restarting on the 18th.
Same company, just delaying everything. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Good
Good.
luck.
Hope you feel better, buddy.
Wow,
Hope you
that's
feel better.
shit. That's shit, Brian. I'm sorry to hear that.
That's all right, mate. It's all right. And the worst thing is, the worst thing is obviously now I go back to train on the 18th. It's 5 weeks, and I already know that I'm going to be sick for some reason on May the 12th. So,
yeah. I think everybody in North, or at least everyone in half of North London.
Leave that, Kuva.
Tierney out for the sitter. There we go.
Yeah, you see that what Bob just threw up there?
Yeah,
Hang on. I got to
Yeah.
get my glasses on.
Kieran
only on
Tierney's
my
out
phone.
for
Yeah,
the season.
he's done for the season. Apparently, he needs knee surgery.
Who?
Listen, I don't wish people. Listen, as much as we want players to miss the games, I don't wish them like major surgeries and anything
Of course
like
not.
that.
Of course not. Yeah.
You never wish that, even on this
No.
lot.
Who is that? Sorry, I missed that.
Kieran
Tierney,
Tierney,
their left back, their left wing back.
the guy they signed from Celtic, Will.
Yeah. I know the player. So he's out for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
And do you know
Yeah,
what?
Pier-
Thomas Partey.
I try not to laugh. Sorry.
Yeah. No. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's great that he's out. It's great. It's just a shame. It's like when you say a knee surgery. That's. But do you know what? Partey looked like he pulled up just like he did
Yeah.
against
He
us last
did.
season.
He did, Brian. But I don't want them when they come to face us. I want them to have their strong side.
Yeah.
I don't want any excuses
Yeah.
when we
yeah,
beat
I'll
yeah.
say there's going to be.
I know
not
no
gonna matter.
excuses.
It's not going to
No
matter.
matter what.
We're
No
going to
matter
get a
what.
result against Liverpool. A lot of people are saying on various streams are going, it's outrageous that Arsenal always get the rub of the green. They bottled the first leg, and then because of David Dean's relationships with the Premier League and Arsenal, they slot it in so that they play Leeds, then us, whereas we play Liverpool, then them. I think that we're going to get a result against Liverpool. So I think
I personally think we're going to beat Liverpool at Anfield.
It'll be a good game whether we beat them or draw. I don't think we're going to lose, and I think our tails are going to be so high. We're going to be looking at the Arsenal fixture and going, "Fuck, we're going to smash you to pieces."
Yeah,
you know what?
It's going to be easy peasy.
We owe them.
The excuse is going to be, honestly, I was like, Tottenham had a full stadium. We haven't played Tottenham in White Hart Lane with a full stadium, but the noise was just too loud. And they're all.
It was too loud.
They're all going to come out, mate. We're honestly. I said it, mate. When it's at White Hart Lane, obviously I get nervous because it's the North London derby, and the night before is like Christmas to me. I can't fall asleep. I watch Spurs Arsenal. I watch Gaza free kick. I'll watch every single 5-1. I'll watch every interview, everything about Spurs Arsenal, and I'm fine. Going to the Scotland Yard, I'm fine. I'm pumped. I'm like, I cannot wait to get there. The final hour, I'm awful. It feels like 3 hours for me, and I'm just like, please, can this game go? But once the game starts, I am never concerned at White Hart Lane. Never, ever concerned. No. Because we are so much better. We perform, and the magnitude of this fixture just being the North London derby, but then it's the first time full at the new stadium, and with what's riding on it.
Yeah, it's going to be insane.
It's the atmosphere in there. I wish.
Alan, you're on mute, mate. I can see you're talking. You're on mute, bro.
I wish I could fly home.
Yeah. So I feel physically sick the week before we play Arsenal. Leading up to Arsenal, I feel physically sick. I just feel I don't know. I just don't know what does it to me. I just cannot
Anxiety.
I want the
nerves.
game to go. I want the game
Apprehension.
to go.
Yeah.
I mean, the
Yeah,
Liverpool
it's
game.
anxiety, man. Yeah, definitely.
I mean, the thing about the Liverpool game that I think gives us hope is I think between now and us playing Liverpool, we've got to play 4 games, and they have got to play 9.
Yes,
Yeah,
that was said on Sky.
I know they've got more depth. I know they've got a little bit more depth, but then, as I say, 1 or 2 injuries, and then that depth. But then again, if we get 1 or 2 injuries, then we're knackered.
Sorry,
But,
Liverpool have got 9 games before us and them, and we've only got 4.
Yeah.
Wow. Because of
well,
Champions League.
I must admit, I'm taking it for granted that they're going to cruise past Benfica in the Champions League. Yeah. I mean, all right, they might only have 7, but if they get past Benfica, they'll be playing the second leg Tuesday or Wednesday before they play us.
Yeah, but they got squad depth, Alan. They've got the depth.
Yeah, but what we're going to do, though, Bobby, is we're going to sit back like we did against Manchester City. We're going to soak up the pressure.
4-5-1.
And Liverpool, you can catch Liverpool on the counter-attack.
Yeah.
That's how you play them.
Yeah.
And we're going to do the same thing like we did against City.
The thing is, if like this weekend you got the Man City Liverpool game, yeah. If Man City win, then Liverpool got no choice but to win every single game and hope.
Yeah,
they
make a mistake,
right?
Yeah.
So they're going to be coming at us like full guns, which would play into our hands. Plus, they've got important games. Every game's going to be important, so they are going to have to do a lot of rotating. So it's a matter of getting the rotating right for when they play us. You know what I mean? If Liverpool win, they're still in a position where they need to carry on winning because they can't afford to drop the points because Man City. So I think it's because it's going to be such a tight finish between them two this season. I think it's just a case of you need the teams to be coming onto you more, but you've got to be able. The one thing we've got to try and get right is what we've done against Man City, is getting the passing around and getting out of the block, out the high block. We've got to get around that. If we get around that, then we've got chances, I think.
Yeah.
Well,
I think we'll beat them. I really do. I think we'll beat Liverpool.
Well, everybody would argue and say that game against Liverpool, that 2-2 draw that we had, was one of our best games that we had played in the season. So, and since then, could we say that we've improved? Yeah, we had that little spell of the win-loss thing. We went flat for a little bit, but now we're kind of coming back on the bounce. We don't have anything else to play for. We're not in any other competitions. We have pretty much our full starting 11 is fit. Okay, we're a little bit lost on what is Sess is still out, Skip is still out. There's a third player that we're still missing. Who am I thinking? Who am I missing
Skip back anyway? When is he due back?
They said 2 weeks.
No, I heard he's back for Villa.
Is he back for Villa on the bench? Yeah,
I heard he's back. Well, he shouldn't start either way. He's got
he can't. Yeah,
but I think he's back. Like allegedly, he's been training, so I think they say he's back for the Villa game. As is Sessegnon.
Yes, very soon apparently.
Yeah.
And then what about?
That's good. That's good.
Reggie, what's going on there?
Hey, sorry.
Regulon, what happened with him there? He didn't start because he picked up a knock on Thursday.
Yeah,
do we know how long? Do we know anything about that?
No,
a couple of weeks probably.
I haven't heard nothing.
Just a twisted knee or something. Probably 2 weeks, right?
Hope he says to be back soon.
But now, do we have faith that Doherty be consistent
fancy
over there?
Regulon, to be honest with you.
Doesn't
No,
seem like
if
it.
Sessegnon's back, you play Sessegnon left wing back and you put Doherty on the right. As good as Doherty was on the left, Emerson wasn't very good on the right. I know he got the goal.
No,
but he wasn't very good at anything else. So.
No, like me and Bob already said, he left gaps, man. And a better team would expose those gaps.
So you put Doherty back on the right, and you hope that Sessegnon's ready to do 90 minutes, and then even if he's not, you hope that if Reguilon's only a week behind that, then you can take a little bit more risk, I guess. But Villa's too important of a game to not take a little bit of a risk here, I think. So for me,
is it Villa away? Is it an away match?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
We usually do well at Villa Park, though, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, it all depends. Usually depends on who gets the first goal there, because once that crowd get on their side, they're quite a handful.
Yeah.
They have nothing to play
Yeah.
for though, right? Their season is completely dead rubber now. So
Oh,
just
Talking
say
about-
and they're
Cougar,
not
they
playing
done
well
that.
either. So
They've done that. They've done that against Potts Cougar. They got the first goal, and then the re-emergence of Harry Kane and Pochettino. We took over the world. Well, we tried to. We kept falling
Yeah.
at the last hurdle, but you know what I mean.
Talking about crowds, what about the atmosphere at Palace last night?
oh, it was insane, wasn't it?
It was insane.
Party time.
For
I
a
couldn't
crowd that
listen.
only holds, I'm not sure how big is
33,000, I think, at Selhurst Park. 32,000.
what a noise.
Yeah.
I couldn't listen though.
They have, I can't remember what stand it is, but it's one of the ones behind the goal. There's a section by the corner, which is one of the best supported
Yeah.
sections in the Premier League.
Oh, sorry,
They
25,000 it's got.
I was going to say, I didn't know it was 30.
Yeah, sorry, my bad, my bad,
out.
25.
Their fans are
Yeah.
absolutely outstanding.
Yeah.
They make more noise, that section, probably than the white wall has made in most of our games at home.
Yeah.
That's what the white noise should be. That's what
what I
that
would-
white wall should be. They are phenomenal, and I always say it every time when we play them, or every Crystal Palace away is one of the games I worry about the most all season because of them. Especially if it's a night game. Especially if it's a night game.
Yeah.
They were on fire yesterday.
When we played Palace in the opening of the stadium, yeah, I didn't expect to hear Palace that night because it was our opening stadium. We expected the atmosphere to be firing and everything else, the white wall, blah 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 blah. Right, okay, I was in the north stand. I'll tell you something. That little section that you go in that corner was in that blooming corner of Spurs. And I'll tell you something, we heard them too much more than we actually heard that white wall that night.
Yeah.
And that was for the opening game of the season, which was a bit disappointing. Well, not opening game of the season. Opening
For
game
sure,
of the
for
season.
sure.
I heard some people saying that. Sorry, Kuva. I heard some people saying that. What do you call it? They thought because of Patrick Vieira as the manager that Crystal Palace weren't going to turn up.
Yeah. A
I
lot of
was
people were
worried
saying
about
that.
Yeah.
I always disagree with those comments because at the end of the day, Patrick Vieira is an ultimate professional, and he'll be that professional person through a manager stage as well. And could you imagine him turning around to his
He wants
players?
the Arsenal job in a few years' time, doesn't he? So
Yeah, exactly. And could you imagine him turning around to the Crystal Palace players and telling them, "Look, let Arsenal
Grow
win"?
the game.
Like
Yeah.
the respect that he would lose would be immense. He's just not going to do that.
It
you know?
would ruin his career. Forget just one game.
Yeah. I
That-
knew
that
they were
would
going to turn
start
up.
a
I knew they
downward
were going to
spiral from
beat
there. That would
Arsenal, and
kill
I
him.
knew they'd beat Arsenal well. And to be honest with you, that loss for Arsenal is, and especially at this stage in the season, it's the morale of that defeat is going to destroy them for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
It really
Hopefully.
We hope so.
Really hope so.
Well,
Before you
you
I
get
think so.
Crystal Palace, and as much as I hate to say this, Patrick Vieira deserves a hell of a lot of credit. A hell of a lot.
Yeah.
He's got into a team after Roy Hodgson that have been used to playing the brand of football he plays. They had about 13 players out of contract. He's brought in players like Conor Gallagher. He's got 2 England players to. I can't remember that. I was saying yesterday, last time Crystal Palace had players in the England team, let alone 2. And he's got them
That
playing
Mitchell
a
looks good.
completely different brand of football. He deserves a lot of credit for the work
And they've
he's
got
done.
about 3 strikers there as well, Brian. 3 good strikers, you know.
Whoa, I'm getting a dizzy spell. Just the thought of 3 strikers. Whoa, I mean, what
I
kind of
know.
team
What's
would do
that?
that? What
is
kind
that?
of
I'm gonna
You
stick
only-
my
you
neck
only
out and
need
say
one.
I think the last time they had 2 players in the England squad, it would have been Mark Bright and
Jeff Thomas?
Ian Wright?
Jeff Thomas. Yeah.
Jeff Thomas? Ian Wright?
Yeah.
No?
Ian Wright didn't get into his Arsenal.
No, yeah,
Oh, was
that's
it?
right.
Okay. All right, yeah.
Hang on. Well,
Oh, Bob Spurs in here. Villa are
Yep,
playing like rubbish.
I
There's
agree.
no way we're
I'm going
losing that
3-0.
game the way we're playing.
yeah.
You all expecting us to win. Yeah, and I think we should have expectations right now the way we're playing. And good morning, Scott M. Thanks for joining us.
Yes,
Another
indeed.
Canadian. Yay. Injuries
Scott,
can always
Scott,
happen,
I,
with all
Scott,
respect.
Scott, I absolutely love you, bro. I love you, man. But you are a perma bear with the belief in Tottenham. Like, you have to have some faith, buddy. Things are
Yes.
not the same as they were 3 months ago. We're turning things around, man. You have so little faith in Tottenham. It's
I don't
sad,
blame
bro.
him though,
I
Sean,
love you,
because
man.
the thing
Come on.
is,
Cheer up, bro.
it's happened to us. Like, a lot of fans are kind of on the fence, and this is why we argue amongst ourselves, because some of us
Scott's not
have
on the
faith
fence.
and some of us
Scott-
think we
Scott
should
isn't on
not
the
have
fence.
any. No, but
Scott is not on the fence. Scott has said three comments previous that we are not a good team.
I get what Scott's about, though.
We're not a great team. I don't think we're a great team.
He said we're not a good
good
team. We're playing well. We're playing better than
We are
than
playing
any
better
other
than
team
what we
in
were.
We've scored more goals than any other team in the Premier League in 2022. We've got a higher XG per game than any other team in 2022. We've got more
But this
points
is
than
Conte
anyone.
effect.
That's what I'm
This
saying.
is to do with Conte.
We have more points than
happy.
anybody apart from Man City and Liverpool at the
Scott won't
moment.
be happy
To
until we've
suggest that
got
we're not a
11
good
more.
team is crazy to me. Like, we are good teams
I
become
think
great
Scott-
or bad. Whatever.
Yeah,
Form is-
Scott. No, go on.
Sorry,
Sorry,
I'm just
Sean,
trying
go on.
to say that if you're looking at the form, to suggest that Tottenham are not a good team is madness. And I love Scott. I love him to
exactly.
pieces, but I just wish he would have a bit of a glass half full approach to his belief system. That's all.
Danny's in house.
Yeah, so I was going
Big
to
up
say, is
Danny. Big up the bun.
Yeah, I was going to say about Scott. I think it's something he has in common
Hey,
with
Graham.
Alex Davies, and it's not that they don't want Spurs to do well or anything. They're just being harsh for the sake of it. I think they just have their the sights set a lot higher on what the player level should be. So we have a lot of mediocrity in our team. We have had for a long time, and
Yes,
fans seem to be
yes.
really acceptant of it because we've got a chairman that's really acceptant of
That's
it.
okay. But Scott
Yeah.
said that the Man City result was a fluke. That wasn't a fluke by any stretch of the imagination. We set up to play that
No,
way.
we caught them.
and
We caught them cold.
absolutely smashed them on the day with the way that any team that wants to beat Man City should set up to play.
Yeah.
I just think.
But that was due to Conte.
Yeah, of course. That's fine.
The
Yeah,
reason
100%.
why we're scoring so many goals, like you think of it, start of the season, we didn't have a very good goal ratio. We're now back
No, I know, yeah.
in the fight because of Conte
Yeah, that's
and his
fine.
system.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that's fine.
and he makes average players look way better than what they are.
And we've got
And
five.
this is why I say to
Scott saying
every
it was
Spurs
not.
fan,
It was not a 100% fluke, bro. Scott, it wasn't, man.
No.
We set up to play that game that specific, deliberate way. We beat them in the
Yes.
first half, in the first game of the season as well. It wasn't a fluke, mate.
No.
It was a
Mate,
deliberate.
we'll do the
tactic.
same against
we beat
Liverpool.
Man City over and over. This has been going since back in the Poch days.
Right, it's not a
We
fluke.
have
Yeah.
Man City.
Yeah.
You cannot say Man City was luck because we do it every single year. If we just done it as a one-off, then you could say, oh, maybe we have, like people have bogey teams. Man City just cannot get the job done against us. Whatever
just wanted to
reason,
say
but
we got
that's
lucky-
not
we
just
got
been
lucky
going on
twice
the Poch
this year.
era, Brian. That's been going on for years and
Oh,
years.
hang on a minute.
We've
Scott,
always had to
Scott,
make
you're
it.
oh
saying-
yeah, but I'm talking
Scott,
about.
Scott, you're
I'm
saying we
talking
set
about
up-
William. What I'm talking about is
Well,
since
why
Pep's
don't
been
you-
here. So Pep has
Yeah,
been here
yeah.
since Poch, and Pep
Well,
cannot get the job done.
We beat Man City
No.
under Nuno, right? Scott,
Yeah.
you're saying we set up that way another 10 times, we lose 10 times. We set up that way under Nuno and we beat them at the start
Can
of the
I
season.
say-
beat them.
We beat them
Yeah.
last season as
No.
well.
All
Like,
Sorry,
right.
guys. Go ahead,
the-
Mark. You wanted to throw something in
Sorry.
there too?
Well, I ain't said nothing for about 20 minutes.
Sorry,
but
Mark.
if we could play them, if we could play them 38 times in the season, we'd win the league. 19 at home, 19 away.
Yeah,
There
that's
you go,
true,
there
man.
you
We're
go, there
really
you
league
go.
champions.
Perfect
There you
season.
go. Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. So, and Kuva, I saw you were trying to
Right,
throw in
you've had
2
your word
cents
now,
here.
Mark. Go on.
Yeah, that's
Be
it.
on
Well, I'll
yourself.
leave
That's
now.
it. That's
Right.
it. We'll be back to you in 20 minutes again now.
Let's
Pick off.
leave it at that. Let's just play Man City. No, I was going to say the last time we beat Man City by trying to out-attack them, Clint Dempsey was playing.
Yes, remember that. Yeah.
Oh,
He
that's
scored a
changed
goal
it.
with Bale doing an outrageous outside of the boot cross to him, goal into his
Yes.
path, if I remember rightly. But the other times we play it tactically, we sit back and get them on the counter. We've done it time and time again, so I agree it's not a fluke. It's we know a way to deal with them.
Yeah.
It works for us. That might not even work for every other team, but with our setup, it seems to work.
And because of our team, the players that we have in key
Yeah.
positions, and Manchester
Yeah.
City are one of the teams that don't give a fuck who they're playing against. They
Yeah.
never set up
They
their
just go
team to
for it.
play
No, they don't
against the team.
change.
They
Yeah.
set up their team to play
Their
their
way.
football.
Yeah.
And Tottenham have a team,
Come
a
on.
squad, and a style
Come on.
that can counteract it. It's not fluke, Scott. I love you to pieces, man, but you're mad. It's fluke.
All right, boys, I'm gonna get going. It's like after midnight here, and I've got work in the morning, unfortunately.
All right,
See you,
thanks,
Mr.
William.
Kelly.
Nice one. Thanks for
Thanks,
See you,
joining us,
mate.
buddy.
Big up,
See you, buddy.
All right, boys, it's been a
See you later
pleasure.
on, William,
Look
brother.
after yourselves.
Cheers,
Come on, we've
Cheers.
only got another 10 hours to go.
I'll get some
Oh, he's
sleep, and then I'll come
I
back
was
to
going
you,
to say, as
Kuva.
soon as you wake up, jump back in.
Don't let
Cheers,
Dermot back in.
Dermot,
See you,
we're
boys.
missing you here, buddy. We're missing you, Dermot. We're
Bye.
missing you, buddy. That's it. We got to get Dermot over to the tech shop. Get him a new laptop or something. Got to get Brian Ireland over there sending some tech support. Mark's just gone to dancing with his cat. He's given up speaking. He's got to dance
that's
with his
right.
cat in between.
Yeah, that's right. No, the cat's just paid a visit.
There you go. What do we
Mine
got
went
coming up
shopping
here,
about 20
fellas?
minutes
What do we
ago.
think about?
Been out
What do
of
we?
it.
I'm sorry. What's that, Alan?
I said my wife screamed at me earlier. I said I think she sounded like a cat when she was screaming at me. Bye bye.
Well, we just saw the toast delivery coming in, and
No,
made us all hungry.
Mate,
So,
no, I didn't get no toast. Didn't get no toast.
no toast
unfortunately.
today.
No,
Oh,
I had
goodness.
no, I had that about 12 o'clock for breakfast when I finally woke up. So
Bloody hell.
So I think we're going to get to the point where we're going to slowly start wrapping up, Kuva, if that's
Yeah.
okay with you
Here's
as well,
one- here's
Mark.
one for all
Yeah,
of you.
yeah, that's fine.
Go for
Here's
it.
one
What's
for
up,
all
buddy?
of you. Start off with Mark because he didn't get a lot of airtime earlier. How far do you think we've come with Conte now in terms of mentality? Do you think we're over that sort of hump that we had where we'd crumble when we're put under pressure?
I certainly hope so. And I think we have. I honestly think because, I mean, with Lloris as the captain, he's won the World Cup, so he must be able to pass all that on to everybody else. All right, the team hasn't done a lot, obviously. We won't go into that, but let's just hope so. Surely. I mean, the sun shines on a dog's backside once in a while. Surely, you know what I mean?
Yeah. What do you think, Brian?
What do I think? Sorry, what was the question again?
Have we got over this sort of mental blockage we've had for a while, where we'll crumble when put under pressure, like concede a soft goal? The amount of times we used to see we'd go to pot and don't look like scoring.
So Bob Spur will know because I was joking about him the whole time, saying when we'd won 2 games, we're on a run, and I was like, we're not on a run. We just haven't. We've got back to back. Now it's 3 games. You can say right there's a run coming. I think the Newcastle game showed that finally the mentality of Conte sinking in. Finally, players know what they're doing. They're under Matt Doherty and to an extent Emerson because he got forward for the goal, not in his overall performance. He's understanding of how demanding that role is and where to be. Emerson's got work to do on where to be coming back. But with Deki Kulu, they're the same people. Deki, Bentancur, you look at it now. The front 3 are electric. The front 3 are electric. The back 3 have become a rock. The middle 2 have been doing blinding. So that's 8 players that understand what they're doing and are literally now controlling games. It's the other 3 which we've got the doubt over, and Hugo is a bit of a doubt at the moment. But I think right now that Newcastle game spoke volumes to me in how quickly we responded, the manner we responded, and just how Harry Kane, when he drops deep now, like I keep saying, he's now assisting the assister. He is so pivotal to absolutely everything. It weren't just the through ball to get the assist. He's everywhere. And this Newcastle game, yes, it was a Newcastle team that haven't been great all season, but built up form. This Newcastle game, the actual manner of the performance and what they did spoke volumes to me.
Yeah.
Spoke absolute volumes.
Alan, how about you? Seen a change in mentality for you?
I tell you, Brian's just said everything you can say about it. The mentality's there. I mean, I was there Saturday, and so like you see the goal, them score their goal, and they're celebrating their goal, and you're thinking, right now this is where we need to see something. And it was like literally straight away. It wasn't sort of like trying to slow. It wasn't a slow build up. From that minute on, from the minute they took the lead, it seemed as though our pace in our game changed. we seem to start playing at a bit of a faster pace, doing everything a lot quicker. And as I say, we've got the goal early, very early, and yeah, it was great. I'll tell you something. The mentality looks there, and we look like we've got something that's been missing for a very, very long time. It looks like we're missing a spine, and we've got one at the moment. We've got a spine.
Yeah.
We've got
Shawnee.
that spine. Dyer, Romero.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
you know what I mean. Yeah, you got Hugo, Dyer, Romero. You've got Bentancur, and they're all gritty players. They're all strong players, and then you've got the man himself that is helping feed the other two. Yeah, it's enjoyable to watch, and a lot more confident now than sort of like I mostly was about 3 weeks myself. 3 weeks ago, you know.
Nice. Shawnee, what do you reckon? Is this a temporary bit of form, or do you think it's clicked? It's the Conte system's in place now. Oh, you're on mute, mate.
You're on mute, Sean.
Schoolboy error.
Rookie mistake.
Yeah, schoolboy error.
I'm a host as well.
One rookie per stream, okay? That's my title, mate.
That's my
host.
You're the pro, mate.
I'm sorry, everybody. I'm sorry. Yeah, of course, it's not temporary. Of course, it's the new thing. I'm peak delusion. You know me. Brian and I had a 50 quid bet way back in December that Tottenham are going to finish in the Champions League. Josh and I have got 50 quid bets on Tottenham beating Arsenal back when we were like 11th. I'm making these bets. This is all part and parcel of the platform, the play, the poetry in motion that started in November. And it took a little bit of time for the choo-choo train to get going like a steam engine. It goes... And it starts to pick up momentum. And once it gets going, there's no one stopping it. Not Arsenal, not West Ham, not United, not Wolverhampton Wanderers. Nobody. We're going to finish fourth. We might even finish third. This is the way it's going to be. And everybody just needs to get on board the train. Next stop, Champions League Junction.
Yeah.
We're playing on Wednesdays next season, boys.
Very good.
We're
Very
playing
good.
on Wednesdays.
Sean, I have to say, seeing that I left the We Are Tottenham TV watch-along group, I forgot about those bets.
Well, you know,
Sean,
sorry to
can I
remind you.
just ask a little question?
Sean,
January-
I've just
in
got to
January
say,
and
can you,
February,
when you're
is
going to
there
speak
leaves
about
on the line? Because
Is there leaves
that
on the
train
line?
weren't running properly. There's a load of leaves on the
Yeah,
line.
there was leaves on the track. That's why there was delays and things. But that's all been cleared now as we're coming into spring.
Fair enough.
That's it. It's
Or
fine.
is it a Levy on the line?
No,
Yeah.
Unfortunately not.
No.
Brian's driving the
Unfortunately
train.
No.
Brian's the one driving the train, mate.
Trust me, I'm putting a brick on the accelerator.
A brick
Sean,
or a prick?
well, there's
No,
a
he
prick on
is
the
the
track.
prick. He's the prick that the brick on the thing is going to go through. So yeah,
Guys, the only thing we have to worry about now,
Go on.
the only thing we have to worry about, the only thing we have to argue about, debate about, is when we finish fourth, whether or not Levy stumped up the cash to give us
Worrying.
whatever Conte wants in the summer. Until then, just enjoy this moment where we have the next
That's all we can do.
next-
yeah.
8 weeks, 9 weeks, just to run us in and
Yes.
just smash over the fucking Chelsea, smash over the Arsenal, smash over the West Ham, and those pricks up north in Wolves and a little bit north of there in Manchester. It's going to be a beautiful, blissful end to the season, and then we can all start arguing again about whether Daniel Levy's a cunt or not. You know, in June.
You
So
can't
until
say
then,
that.
it's all good.
You don't need to argue about that. We
That's not an
know.
argument. I don't think you, with this panel, that's an argument.
Yeah, I know. That's not. It's not an argument.
yeah.
That's
All
fine.
that matters is I'm back in June for 2.5 weeks. Any best of side people for Conte in
Yes.
case my wife's going to have a lovely view of some lovely green area outside Enfield.
The only thing I want everyone to stop talking about is not no one here and not necessarily on channels, but when I hear these things in, you know, on whatever platform about the fact that there's free transfers available because people are out of contract, like this idea that they're free, or even like, you know, a fraction of the cost of what you'd pay if you were buying someone in their contract, it's nonsense. If you look at like the vast majority of high-profile free transfers, 60 to 75% of the cost that would have been activated had that club bought that player mid-contract from wherever the club they were buying it from is still baked in to the eventual fees that have to go towards that player. It just goes to the player or to the agent. It's just a transfer of where the money goes.
Yeah.
Right. So these like the idea that we can get this player for free it's bollocks.
Nothing
They
is free.
get twice as big wages, and the agents get a 5-10 million quid little paper envelope, and then they get and it gets baked into performance bonuses as well. So I hate the idea that we can get free transfers. They're not free transfers.
No, you're right. Sorry,
I'll
guys. We're going to do
apologise
Danny's
about my
question
visit.
here.
I
Sorry, go ahead, Alan.
apologise about my visit when he comes home, because unfortunately he's going to be stuck with me for a part of an evening when he sees me in the book sign in Stevie Perriman's show.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll see you there. I'll see you there. The tickets have been bought. I'm going.
Yeah. I
Where
think
you
I've got a
going?
bar
Wait,
there, right?
where you going? I missed.
Once we saw when we did Steve Perriman on Josh's channel, he's doing on the 17th of June at Ware Football Club or somewhere in Ware.
Yeah, Ware
Stevie
Football Club.
Perriman's doing a Legends night. So Dad got tickets that I'm treating him to for Father's Day on June the 17th. So I'm going to the evening with Steve Perriman.
Where's that?
And I booked
June
mine about
17th.
3 weeks earlier.
Where is that? That's
In
a football
Ware.
ground, is it?
Woodson
A place?
Park, a place called Woodson Park. It's where football ground is.
Whereabouts in the world is that though?
Like
Where
Hertfordshire.
Hertfordshire.
London area.
Okay. Yeah,
out
North
of
London.
London. Out of
Outskirts
London,
of
headed up
London.
north.
I might try and get one for my dad as well. My dad's a massive fan of Perriman, so I'll
Do
maybe
it,
I'll
mate.
maybe I'll
They're
join you.
20 quid a shot that we've gone for. You get 50 quid for VIP. But when I'm speaking, I said to Steve, I'm going to try and get tickets. He was like, if you come, listen, just make sure you let them know, and I'll get some time with you. So it's like,
Any idea who the other legends will be there with him?
No, it's just an evening with Steve Perriman.
You
Oh,
don't
even
need
with
anybody
Steve
else.
No.
Okay.
Right,
I'll
Kuba,
send
you
you
want
the-
to
I'll
take
send
us
you
through
the,
Danny's question here through everybody, and then we'll call it a day.
Yeah.
It's Danny
Danny
Kiriakou.
Kiriakou.
It's Danny Kiriakou.
Yeah, lovely.
I haven't been able to sing that for a while, so it's good to see my brother there. And he's now got a big smile on his face.
Barry from Shelfside Spurs was referring to Danny Kiriakou as Tottenham's version of Michael Bublé. It's Tottenham's
loves
Michael
him.
Bublé.
He loves him.
No, Sean. I've told you about this before. There is no altering that
No
song.
variations. Okay, fair
Mate,
enough.
you're no Nick will know. Nick, Barry, Sean, Phil, Grant will know as well. Me, him, and
Right,
Rez were
Andrew.
sitting together before we came and joined you for the second half of Wolves up in the South Stand. We were sitting in the West Stand, and the Wolves fans started singing a song, do, 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 and we just started singing Danny Kiriakou. And the whole West Stand were looking at us like, what the fuck are you doing? And we were screaming at the top of our voice.
If you were doing that in
no
the
one-
South Stand or the East Stand, people would have understood. But the West Stand people, they're not watching this community.
No one like looked at us, and I was like, I swear to God, because there was rumours that the Kulusevski song was going to be that. And I was like, if that becomes the Kulusevski song, I swear to God,
But
I
you
will
know
never
what
sing
though?
it.
The Kulusevski song hasn't taken the whole, gimme.
Come
Like
say
it does. It's not sung.
Good
It's
morning.
almost too long. It's a fantastic song, but it's too long.
Christian.
There you
Hi,
go.
mate.
I can hear you. You can hear them.
Good morning.
Good morning,
What's up,
Christian.
buddy?
Do you want to just quickly answer the question Danny put up? Where do you think the Spurs will finish this season?
Third.
Third.
Yeah,
Love
he
that.
did nice.
There you go.
See,
No
Sean,
justification. You wanted an
proper
answer. You got an
delusional.
That's
answer.
proper delusion. Peak delusion from
That's Dermot.
I'm third
DK
as well,
Junior.
by the way.
Yeah,
You're saying third
absolutely
as well,
agree.
Dermot.
Yeah.
I mean, why not? Why can't we win it? I mean, if Man City and Liverpool both lose 7 of their last 8,
Mathematically possible.
yeah.
Still mathematically possible. There you go. So you want to take us around the horn there, Kuva, and see where everybody just give a quick numbers prediction there?
Oh, go on then. Let's start off Dermot. He obviously thinks third, don't you, mate?
Yeah.
Yeah, third all the way.
But there's a
And
reason for that.
There is a very big reason for that, isn't there, Mr. Daigle?
Yeah, but you're like Sean said, as Sean has on his channel, which he created when I was there, not for me, but he came up with the terminology of the delusion pit.
Yeah.
That's currently where you're sitting, because I will not be getting Tottenham Tantrum gold tattooed on me because we're not finishing third. You will be getting Tottenham on tour because we're finishing fourth.
Oh,
And
wow,
I'd be
is that
proud.
the bet,
And
is
I'd
it?
be proud. And I'll
That's the
tell you
bet.
one thing:
That's the
I'd be proud to get it tattooed on me arm. Show it all around Gory. The second
Oh
best
my
channel, the
God.
third best channel on YouTube, behind me and
Dermot,
Sean.
that's a crazy fucking bet, mate. That is
No.
a crazy fucking
I
bet.
thought you were supposed to get a T and a T on each butt cheek. For
No,
TOT.
No.
Wasn't that the plan?
You know
That's where it ended up.
What? I swear to God, what is it with Bobby's getting tattoos on the arse? Because when I got this one,
We got
Bob's
nice
style
asses.
was like, get it on your arse, get it on your arse, get it on your arse, get it on your arse. Now, what the fuck is it with Bobby's and arses? Jesus Christ.
He's a butt man. He's a
We're
butt
ass,
man.
we're ass men. We're ass men.
And-
What can we say?
And the T on the front of each thigh as well at the top.
But as I said, we'll get third, and I think, as Sean says, next stop Champions League station. I agree with everything that Shawnee said about getting on board.
Nice.
Dermot's
absolutely
the
fan.
reason we'll be playing on Wednesday next season. He's Dermot. Legend. Whatever.
Do you know what? I've got a
love
song
it.
called after me, Sean. I'm actually over the moon with that. Thanks.
Sean, next time you come on, can you bring a little bit of energy with you, please? You're awesome, man. You're awesome.
Man, I've been sick for 2.5 weeks. I'm finally feeling better. I'm full of energy right now. I want to.
Did you have the COVID?
Yeah.
Or just-
Well, I
did you?
don't know. I don't know. It was basically the worst thing I've ever had. It was chest infection, flu.
Flu,
Well, I took a
everything.
COVID test and it said negative, but I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure it's probably COVID.
Oh, we're glad you're better, buddy.
Bob's right. I've done him though.
Chelsea wankers.
Yes!
Hey!
He's home early from work, school, Coover.
That was one of the most incredible things I've ever seen on YouTube.
It's factually correct.
Correct.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
it.
The younger generation that's going to take over TTG.
There you go. That's your boy, Kuva?
It is.
Yeah, how
I've
old is
told him that's the only time he's allowed to use that word.
he? Yeah, fair enough.
How old is he,
Well,
Kuva?
you can use whatever words. How old is he?
He's 12.
12.
Okay, so same as Chris here. He's 11. So there you
Well,
go.
it's not the same then, is it?
Well, almost the same.
He's come back. He's come
That's why
back.
I'm technical.
That's like saying fifth place
behind
is the
you,
same as fourth.
Coover.
Why are you getting technical? Why are you getting technical? Uh-oh. Little Kuva's in
that's
for a
strange.
Oh,
beating
you
now.
got Samuel L. Jackson.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Well, it's getting even stranger now.
Samuel L. Coover.
Samuel L. Kuva. There you go. So where were we at? Alan, where do you think we're going to end up?
I'm going to play it safe. I'm going for fourth.
Stick with
Yeah,
fourth?
I love that though. Playing
I
it
just think-
safe.
I
and
think
going
Chelsea have
for
just got.
Fucking love that.
I still think the goal difference will be too much to turn over. Hope for them to lose as many games as well, because I think we're going to win. I think we could win most of our games, but there's still going to be a hiccup there, and which could mean
Yeah.
that it's going to cost us third. It could mostly cost us third. But
Well,
yes,
that's what
I'm
scares
going for
us. We
fourth.
can hiccup against anybody.
Yeah, I'm going for fourth.
Good.
And by the way, Danny, if you're still in the crowd, I think you are being sorely missed by Danny, by Nick, Barry, Ranjit, whatever his name is. He
loves you, mate.
he looked
crushing
so
you
sad
hard.
on Saturday. He looks Sunday. He was sad. I've never seen him not smile.
Mate, he's crushing
mean-
on you hard, man. And whatever that aftershave that you've got, Danny, it's it had an effect on Ranjit. It's
Yeah. So I'm gonna say hello to you, Danny, from Nick, Barry, Ranjit, blah blah blah. There you go.
And Sean, where do you think? Oh my God, there you go.
I think we're gonna get. I think we finish fourth. As much as I'd love to think we're gonna take on Chelsea.
I know what the cologne is. It's do Danny Carey.
It's do. Now there's a product launch right there.
Yeah, nice.
I'm just wrapping up and coming.
Yeah, I'm gonna say fourth. I think that Chelsea are just
fourth?
slightly, like Alan said. I think that they're 7 points ahead, and they've also got a big goal difference. I think it's gonna be too much to close. So, but I think we'll close the gap on them. I think we'll finish behind them in fourth, but I think we'll only finish 2 points behind them or something. But we'll finish fourth.
Right, just before you carry on, I'm going to go because I'm starting to get really dizzy. So
Yeah,
I'm just
sorry.
gonna
Why don't
go.
you just give you wrap us up, then, Brian? Why don't you go
so,
ahead?
so I'm just going to say we're going live tonight at 9 p.m. UK time, 4 p.m. Eastern with Josh, the Tottenham guy. So you'll find us at 9 o'clock UK, 4 o'clock, Jesus Christ,
4 o'clock.
Eastern. Love you all, everyone in the chat, everyone on the screen, and as always, Levy out.
Thanks for joining us, Brian. Okay,
Right.
Mark. You last but not least, where are we finishing, bud?
It's my turn to speak at long
Finally,
last.
yeah. Well,
Yes,
I timed you.
finally.
It's been 18 minutes. You want to wait 2 more minutes?
Yeah, and well, I know I only get 5 seconds anyway, and someone else jumps in. But
That's usually me. Sorry, mate.
no, that's all right, mate. That's all right. I just unsubscribed to you. That's all right.
That's okay too. That's okay too.
What do you mean you unsubscribed him? Are you meant to subscribe him in the first place?
I always do that. No, anyway, getting back to the question, fourth, all the way. We play was it? You play Thursdays and the rest of it that I'm not allowed to say. Well, everyone else says, all right, you play Thursdays because you're fucking shite, as the song
Are you
goes.
kidding me?
No,
I'm
no,
sorry,
no.
guys. I've got to go. I'm sorry. I have something very important. I'm terribly sorry, everybody. Have a good day. I'll
No
speak to you
problem.
soon. I'm sorry.
Cheers, Bobby.
Oh, all right.
All right,
What's that,
Bob's gone.
Hey, Mark, whenever you speak, carnage happens.
Yeah.
Brian
well-
leaves. Bobby leaves.
Well, that's why I don't say a lot.
It's got to be capped to 5 seconds, or it's the end of the world.
Yeah.
And Mick's here now. Mick's here now to tell you all what's it about. I am telling you now, we will win the league. I have no doubt.
What, this year?
Yep.
Ah, there we go.
I saw us won the league in 1901. In 1921, when we won the cup, I was there. And I ran onto the pitch with the woman, and we had a great time. And it was brilliant. I'm 110 years old now. And Spurs will win the league next year. I am telling you.
You had a great time on the pitch with a woman, did you? Were they allowed that?
Jesus, I did. Jesus, I tell you, you remind me. You remind me, the
Mickey,
fella on the left there. You remind me, the fella with the cap. You remind me of Jimmy Dimmock. You're a spitting image of Jimmy Dimmock, who scored the winning goal that day.
I'll tell you something, Mick, one thing you need to work on, though, is your mathematics, because if it was 110 years ago, we didn't play a cup final in 2011.
Well, no, you fella down the bottom. No, I am over 100, so give me a fucking break, would you? Jesus.
Okay, man. Man.
Okay, grand. You look like Jimmy Dimmock, and I tell you, that fella on the bottom right there, Shawnee, he's brilliant. He's an excellent top man. I tell you one thing, that man talks sense.
Cheers, mate.
And that's for the other fella next to me here, Marky. Jesus, no. If he was with me now, we would get all the cattle and sheep in, no problem, because he can shout. So there you go.
I don't say anything.
I know,
when you
that's
do,
why I'm saying you
people
can
leave.
shout.
Oh, all right.
When you do, people leave.
Yeah.
Urgently.
All right, we're kidding, Mark. I love you. Guys, I'm going to jump off as well. I love you all. Thank you for having me.
Sean, listen, thank you for coming on, man. Bless you, and thank you for everyone that's came on this morning. It's been a blast. I apologise about my tech issues. It's just that my laptop decided to throw its monthlies. I'll throw a hissy fit, one or the other. So I do apologise, but thank you for sticking by us this morning. It's been a really brilliant show. I've really enjoyed it.
A lot of fun.
If you want to miss the backroom chat, Sean, you miss it. Don't worry, you go. Don't worry. If you don't want me to tell you what happened with Loris, you just follow off. I'll tell these 3 lovely people.
I'll watch you walk.
Will you fill me in later on?
I will tell you when we go in the back room. I will tell you what I was told.
I'll hang around.
All right, Coover, do you want to take us out, sir?
Rubber arm Butler here. Okay, I'll fucking stay. I'll stay.
We haven't got my prediction though, have we, for where we
Oh
finish?
no, so I'm going to say, what's your prediction? That's what I was going for.
Well, we're on a complete. We're on the Conte train now, aren't we? So it's all the way 7th. No, I actually agree with Sean. I think we're going to make a really good push for 3rd, but I think it's going to be just that little bit too much. We'll finish 4th because Arsenal will finish 6th. I think United will finish above them.
Here's a wild prediction. I think by the time the North London derby comes around on May the 12th, we'll be so far ahead of Arsenal. We can lose and we can still finish 4th.
Do you know what, Sean? I actually agree with you on that. I think we'll be so far ahead of them at that point. Arsenal for the European Conference League.
Wouldn't
there you go.
That'd be great.
You've heard it here first.
Even better if they just miss out on European football altogether.
Or
Again.
what about if Wolves go on the run of all runs? Tottenham and Wolves go undefeated to the end of the season. Chelsea collapse, Arsenal collapse, United collapse, and then we finish third, Wolves finish fourth, and there's no space for Chelsea, Arsenal, or United in the Champions League. That would be...
Or West Ham.
Or West Ham. Oh, fuck yeah. That would be amazing. That would be the best of all. That would be the end of the season that would only beat this weekend in terms of results.
I'm sold. Make it happen.
Make it happen.
Make it happen.
Come on.
Mark's gone. Mark's disappeared. I was coming to him next, but he's gone. Anyway, listen, thank you all for watching this morning. Thank you to Kuva. Thank you to Alan. Thank you to Sean for coming on. Thank you for Bobby for holding the show together when I was having my tech issue. Thank you to Mark as well for doing a brilliant job. Thank you for everyone. I really appreciate you all this morning so much. And thank you again to everyone in the chat. Sorry couldn't get all your comments up, but we will do better next time. But especially thank you to Kuva for jumping in and taking over and helping me out. I really do appreciate it. And, you know, I couldn't do this show without all the guests I have on and all the people out there. It wouldn't be the same. So thank you all. Sean, where can people find you, sir?
Spurs Talk Show is where you can find my channel. I'm actually supposed to be doing a show this evening at like 5:30 or 6 o'clock where I'm going to do player ratings, and anybody that wants to join and go through the player ratings with me is more than welcome to.
I might come
I'll put the link out. Alan, Kuva, Dermo, anybody that's in the chat, if you want to come on. It's a bit of an impromptu thing. I haven't done a show for like 3 weeks now because of my illness and stuff, but I need to get back on the horse. So I do intend to do one in a couple of hours, but no, it's nothing fixed yet. So keep an eye out for that if you'd like to. If not today, you can find me at Spurs Talk Show. Appreciate you having me on, Dermo.
No, it's always a pleasure to have you on, Shawnee. And Alan, where can people find you, sir?
Yeah, I didn't change my thing because I wasn't thinking this morning. Shelves, well, you've got two now, haven't we? We've got Shelfside Spurs on a Thursday night at 7:30, or you've got Tea and Toast, Tottenham Tea and Toast on a Monday morning at 10. We've just me and Nick that one, but we're with Johnny Einstein, Rez, and Nick Barry, whatever you want to call him, on a Thursday night on Shelfside Spurs at 7:30.
Great channel. Love it.
Yeah, and again, thank.
Oh no!
And he's gone again. Anyway, so what should we talk about now, lads? Anyway, come on.
Are we in the background yet? Can we get that juicy Larice gossip?
I bet he closed that himself by accident.
Oh, he's in the car.
Back.
He's back.
He's in the car.
I'm in the car, yeah.
In the car.
When you were talking, I was driving you through Goring. I was saying, this is where the pub is. This is where the cemetery is.
Cruising for chips.
What have you've got to drive to get a Wi-Fi. You've got to
Cruising for
drive for
something.
Wi-Fi.
Amazing.
Yeah, I was cruising down to the rubbish dump. That's where I was cruising to take a load of rubbish to the rubbish dump and then to go and do some shopping. So that's my plan for the.
Running there as well.
No, the laptop went flying out the window. I went to the top of the house and chucked it out the bedroom window. I think it's somewhere floating, I think, at the moment to Wales.
Right,
But no, this morning. But anyway, Kuva, before I knock myself off stupidly, where can people find you, sir?
Nowhere. I'll just wear probably on Sean's later if he's actually doing a stream for once.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, but in a couple of hours. Yeah, so just aim for
Let's
6
do it,
o'clock.
'cause
6
I
o'clock.
just want to see where Sean's going with his medicinal glasses of things at the moment.
What do you mean? What's that mean? With these things?
I want to see if you're drunk as a skunk.
Sean drunk? Sean never gets drunk on streams. Sean is sober all the time. It's an act. I'm telling you. It's an act.
I've been accused by certain people of being an alcoholic who don't know me from Adam, apart from just saying they've only ever seen me on a couple of streams with a drink in my hand at 9 o'clock at night, and they go, "You're an alcoholic, bro." Like, am I? I run 5 businesses during the day. Does that? Would I be able to do that if I was an alcoholic? Yeah. Anyway, whatever.
Although I think you give yourself a bad reputation, Sean. I think you give yourself a bad reputation when you went to football the other week and like made yourself
sick.
ill.
Yeah. Well, but it turned out that wasn't because of alcohol
No.
poisoning. It was because I was sick for 3 weeks afterwards. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care what people think about me. I don't care.
I think Sean's a legend for going on drunk. I think it's brilliant. Fair play to you, Shawnee.
I'm not going on drunk.
I'm joking.
I'm going on sober, and I leave drunk.
I am joking, Sean. All right, I am joking. Apparently. I forgot to put the apparently in first.
Allegedly.
That's it. Well, listen, thank you all for watching this morning. We'll be back Thursday at 1:15 with another show that could go completely anywhere it wants to. But listen, please like and subscribe to my channel, and please like and subscribe to everybody else's channel. Subscribe to Sean's channel, subscribe to Alan's channel, even subscribe to Coover wherever he goes on to. He's a great man. Subscribe to Tottenham on Tour. Subscribe to William Kelly whenever he jumps on. He's funny. But thank you all for watching. And for me and my mate Mick, see you now. I'm going. Yeah, Mick's off now. Mick's off now to play with Tom and Harry with the sheep. I don't know what they're doing. I'm going to go and catch him in a minute. He'll be making his appearance on the Irish Hotspur on Monday, Mick will. He's eager to get on. I mean, he went on last night and said, is this the Arsenal show? That was his introduction to Dave Harris's show. So there you go. Right. Anyway, listen, thank you all for watching. God bless you all. And we'll see you Thursday morning. But please, everyone, get over to Sean's tonight at 6 for the great debate and Sean's brilliant Spurs talk show. God bless you all. See you later.
2 days after